everybody. Welcome to the World Riichi League Finals. I am joined by the wonderful Reki. Hello.
Hello. Is the screen share working? Because it's showing Pong for me right now.
Oh. Why isn't it? That's concerning. Oh no. What?
Well, I can see. I can see the.
Hang on. We gotta fix this.
The stream. It's fine. I can see the stream. It's at least showing the slide, and not Pong.
Worst case, I can figure this out. It's fine. But yeah. While I do that though, feel free to chat to tell us about the World Riichi League.
Yeah, I'm Aymeric Reki. And with me is Carol. And yeah, what is World Riichi League? I didn't invent it. Someone else did. And it's we wanted to have some mahjong league that was more professional, like more serious than what we already have. And so I think at the same time there were talks about the WRC Pro organization, and things just kind of accelerated each other from there. And the first tournament we had was in Cologne in was it? Yeah, in summer. It was in summer. Forgot the date. Since then we had 2 other ones, so it was 3 tournaments in total. We will be having one next week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the plan is to have one each month. It's been twice in Cologne because getting it to run is really hard, and people need to get into the getting used to hosting tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Although I do love the fact that the scene's growing. Like the fact, I love the fact that there are going to be regular events. That sounds amazing.
One thing we do, which is kind of funny, is we actually use colored sticks.
Okay. Well, that means it works. It works.
Well, I had to. I think I printed out some black ones, so we can use them as loans. But
I see. So you brought modern technology in with a 3D printer. I see. I like that, honestly.
That was the fastest and cheapest choice, because I was trying to source black sticks from the internet, and you can't do. Doesn't work. Even some black sets had black sticks, and even those sometimes ship with white ones.
Okay. And
I don't know what's happening, because it was in Cologne twice, and we just used the sets that were there, and we're like, okay, the sets the person. Ken, if you hear me, thanks for borrowing the sets every time. Let us borrowing the sets every time. He just has each set with 2 sets of sticks, colored ones and white ones, so we can just choose whatever. And we're like, hey, we're all borrowing from the same person. We know all sets have colored ones. Just use the colored ones. We can do it. We don't need to buy them. And from there, it's just like, we're just gonna use the colored sticks now.
All right, well, fair. Yeah, I'm supposed to say, I think I've seen a lot of the auto tables in Japan. Like, for example, in our previous broadcast for Sankei Shimbun Cup, I think they've also started using colored sticks as well, because it's just nice to see, right? It's visually clear, even whether you're watching it from a TV or whether you're playing it yourself. I think it's just a really nice idea. So that sounds awesome. But yes, good morning, everybody. We are here for the World Riichi League Finals. We have a load of players from all over the world, but mostly in Europe, who've managed to qualify. And hopefully,
I think it's only the Europe season. The Europe finals.
Yeah, this is the Europe finals. There will also be a US final later, but I think we have someone from Canada who made it through to the final top 8. So I got to count them too, right? But yes, here are our players. And do you know these people? Can you tell us any cool facts about them? Or are they? Because I obviously wasn't there in the local scene, but
it's well, local scene is interesting is table 2 because more or less there's 3 founders there.
I
Manuel
see.
founded the club in Cologne. Tamas is trying to kickstart things in what's north of Romania again? I forgot. I'm really bad at geography.
We can.
And Miłosz moved from Poland to Hamburg and more or less founded stuff there. Yeah, Hungary. Tamas is trying to kickstart things in Hungary.
Okay, awesome.
So
Yeah, I know we've had some people already saying in chat who they're going to be cheering for today, which I definitely respect a lot. Awesome. But yeah, otherwise...
I just woke up. My brain is not braining right now.
Yeah, we've all just woken up, but hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning. I'm waiting for the match to appear on the log. It does look like it has started, so hopefully we'll be able to get right to it very soon. Although I'm not seeing it in the... I see it in the chat that it started, but I don't see it in the client of RunRun, which is a bit concerning. But hopefully we'll figure this out very soon. But yes, we'll be watching 4 games today. The format of the event is quite simple. I believe everyone plays 2 games on their table. And if you have a little look at this screen here, everyone plays 2 games on their table, and the top 2 players on each table will advance to the final. So we'll see 2 players from table 1 advance and 2 players from table 2 advance. We'll be watching game 1 for group 1 on the left here, and we'll be watching game 2 from group 2 on the right. But they are both playing 2 matches, so hopefully we'll see some really good play. It is always interesting when you've got a format where you don't have very long, right? You've got 1 or 2 games and you really need to make something happen. It's not the end of the world if you lose game 1. I've definitely managed to make 2nd place by going 4th first, but it's always a fun one. I am going to ask if someone else... Yeah, I was about to say, I am hoping that we can spectate. I do not see the tables appear in the watch tab. I'm going to complain to our boss. Jen, save us. How do we watch this match? Okay. If I move over to our in-game screen, I can share what's going on. Hey, usually I don't have to do these things, but we don't see any options in our lovely little watch tab here.
I think didn't it say we need to go to the admin link and go from click?
Maybe. Do you think that I think I won't be able to watch
there?
from the lobby, but we can try that. We'll absolutely give that a go. So I'm going to take us back to our players for game 1. We do have everybody here, and while I check out that admin link, please introduce our players.
Oh yeah, we have Aymeric from Belgium, and Henri, also from Belgium. Anastasiia from Ukraine, currently living in Portugal, and we have Victor from Canada. Yeah, it's a Europe series, and we had actually some guests over from outside Europe, and Victor just happened to make top 11 from 3 tournaments. Where did they? Yeah, it was the first tournament. They got +8. Yeah, why top 11? Because the top 3 people won tournaments. They already got the seat, so it's the 4 to 11 who are currently fighting for the WC seat, as far as I know. Yes, only one.
This is a very interesting new issue that I've never had before. As someone who's run events, it's very interesting. Wait, no, that's why I'm being dim.
Working?
I think the reason why I'm not seeing it on my admin link is because this is the admin link for the US final, not the Europe one. So maybe we can get a new link from everybody, from the admins here. Hopefully we'll be able to get into the game very quickly though. Apologies for the small technical difficulties. Okay, I am told that they are the same. Okay. But the tournament name says US Final. Okay. Oh, it does say US Final. Oh no. Why is the game not appearing? Let's try refreshing the page just in case something happened. Yeah, I see in chat that the games have started, so they're definitely playing. I also see, but for some reason, there are no games to spectate. Oh, this is a fascinating issue that maybe we're going to have to figure out what's going on. Just going to switch back to this for now. But yes, hopefully you're enjoying the other streams, and we'll be able to get to this very soon. We definitely see the fact that we have 8 people playing right now, so that's definitely through. But if I cycle through all of these,
so everyone's currently playing, and we are currently just scrambling. What is happening here?
So how's everyone doing so far today? Hopefully everything's going very well. You're organising a karaoke stand on a convention. Oh, that's amazing. I also love the idea of just being at a con and be like, have you ever heard of Mahjong? Do you want to play some Mahjong? And you know what? It works. People do enjoy Mahjong. People play a lot.
It was fun. Usually the games that just turn up for spectating, even with the delay, it will just say, yeah, it's gonna start 5 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
it
usually
should be turning up
the game will show up the second it starts, but you can't watch it until 5 minutes. You'll be on sort of a buffered sort of, here's a countdown. This is when the main match will actually start. So yes, I'm hoping that this is resolved quickly, although I'm not going to lie, it's definitely something I've never seen before. But yes, our background staff hopefully are on it. But otherwise, I suppose we should talk about the rules of this event, right? So we're running WRC rules, as you might expect. I do believe that people have the one thing I believe is that you can reach if you are running out of tiles. So normally that's something you couldn't do. Although I think the rules might be changing at some point in the future to let that be allowed in WRC rules as well. But yeah,
I don't see why not, Chris. It's just like, yeah, if you don't get your own Ifatsu turn, then well, it's your own turn. It's your own fault.
that might make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. But when I get rid of it, there are no options anyway. I do like that as an idea, though. It's a very, very, very good idea. But the fact is, even in the administrator lobby, which I do have access to, it doesn't say the game is in progress. It doesn't give me a link to watch the game in the tournament lobby, as in the actual. Can't obviously show this link because that would give you all access. So, but if we go back to our players and then I quickly check again, usually inside the actual admin part of this thing, there's actually a list of games in progress. And I can see the players who are logged in. I can see the players who are playing. But I can't see a link to the game that they're actually playing. Which is the most interesting thing I think I've seen in a while. Is there... I'm going to try one other thing. Give me a second. It's not like a link specifically to watching games, maybe, perhaps?
Well, the admin link has a link to specifically watch games. The problem is just it's error. The JavaScript is erroring out on me.
Wait, also you see a link to watch the games on your end? Interesting, because I don't. Oh, that's interesting.
If you go down on the admin page, you go down. There is a section called Link.
Yes.
And you can. There's a thing called Linked for spectators, but if you go there, the page just comes back with a lot of JavaScript errors.
That would probably be because it is a tournament on Ronron, and maybe there's something interesting happening between Ronron and the tournament organizer on... Yeah. I'm going to try one extra thing, just in case. Okay, no, I tried logging in through a different client, just in case maybe it would work if I tried logging in on Tenho instead of Ronron. But not today. We really want to get this to you guys. What if I click these buttons? Does that do anything? No.
It should.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But yes, anyone else, if anyone else could log in to the actual public lobby, and if you see any matches happening, please tell us. That'd be really, really exciting. If you could see something that we don't. Just having a little look through the tournament lobby right now in case there's an option that we can uncheck. Not that I should be messing with the settings, but what if there is one? I don't see it though. Oh no. That is fascinating. Gonna try logging in one more time. What should
we... While we're looking at it, I am looking at the rules. So, Nagashi Mangan Nashi. Mangan Adi. Bankruptcy Nashi. Endor flipped immediately, yes.
Okay, we have an update, everyone.
Was activated.
We have an update in the Discord. Jen is on the phone with someone who is calling the dev. We are going to see a resolution to this hopefully very soon.
Okay. Okay. Abortive draws all disabled. Head bump activated. End on dealer win and dealer attempt by disabled. So it's. Dev is off.
Oh my.
And there are some options
Absolutely.
I can't read because they are new.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using the translation plugin by some folks in Ireland. At least Zaps.
Yeah, he does good work.
Is who basically owns the repositories is in Ireland.
Yeah, I don't think there's any issue with the actual way it's set up. I think it's just for some reason something has gone incredibly wrong. But yes. Yeah. But yeah, alright. So, I suppose we will talk about what's going on with the other players that are going to be playing today. I guess we should go talk about how things are. So you said that the format of the World Riichi League in the real tile play was you had three separate events, right?
Yes. And oh yeah, we have this time for the tournament we just put in together the numbers, I think. But we do have a skill rating, which is calculated per table basis, which is like it's not R based. It's a different system behind it. Don't ask me the details. I didn't do the math behind it. I just know it does have an R projection, but the numbers are actually we have a skill rating and a uncertainty, and the important part is just the skill rating.
It's always one of those interesting situations, right? You really want a good measure of people's skill in a game of luck, and I think no one can agree on on the best way of measuring that. I think it's really interesting. I would be curious to see what solutions you come up with, because I know that everyone is looking for a good way to rate players when it comes to thinking who could qualify to things like WRC, for example. I think it's really interesting. But yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, if you have questions about the skill rating, ask Ito-san.
Okay, that's fair.
They made it.
You used to hate it, but you revised your judgment a bit. It does change a bit for your evaluations. I see. Okay. I see.
It's it's about head bump.
Oh, of course. Right. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I'm actually I hate head bump. I'm definitely. I think I've said this multiple times on this channel that I am a vehement head bump disliker. Just because it's sometimes, maybe it's just a negative bias, but you always remember the times you didn't win a hand, never the times you stopped someone else from winning a hand. That's my opinion on it.
Oh, but some things actually change. Like, if you are like to play a left of you Riichis and you're like, oh yeah, they're probably waiting on this, and you're like waiting on the same tile, and you are like, okay, if I just Riichi here, it's just gonna end up with me not getting the tile anyway, because they're waiting on the same tile.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I would just not Riichi in this case, because I have a good guess what they're waiting for, and it's.
I guess there is definitely an element of skill to that.
I'm never gonna win on that because they're first.
Yeah, there's definitely an element of skill to that. If you can sort of guess what your opponent's weight's going to be and then choose to wait on the same tile, it's very rare the stars align and let you do that. But if you can see that coming and actually play around that, there's a little bit of extra skill there. It's just oftentimes it just feels like bad luck.
You need to have the skill, because I tried the one event on a client where you have to guess the winning tile, and I'm always guessing wrong.
Okay. But yes, we do actually have player bias. We can go talk about our players while we wait for this to get resolved. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, actually, just what are people saying here? Actually, you may tell if one of the players not liking head bumps. Time will tell. That's fair. I think I'm definitely a fan. Here's my question. Okay, if you are a disliker of head bumps, right? What's your opinion on triple run? Because oftentimes when head bump's off, triple run ends being a draw, right? And so I think that's a bad thing. I think if someone deals into all three players at the same time, I don't think that's just something we should reward. I think that's something we should punish, personally. I think a triple run should be a really bad thing for everybody. How did I get to Mahjong? That is a very interesting question. So I'm sure this is going to be a different story for everyone. But for my story, I was actually playing a tabletop RPG called Paranoia. And I was a really, really bad game master for this game. I was really bad. And it was fun, but none of us knew the rules. It was a mess. It was a fun mess because I was doing it with friends. And when you're playing a game like that, you always want to play it with friends. But I started looking for advice. Yeah, I started looking for advice on how to actually run it better. Found some people online. Sent them a couple messages, asked them a couple questions. They replied, and they've been one of my best friends since. And what a great guy. But yeah, they also happen to occasionally stream Mahjong. And so it eventually went from this inscrutable thing about tiles that I could not quite understand to something I actually somewhat played at a very basic level. I think I then took part in a team championship, which somehow I managed to win Suanko in. And at that point, I think I was hooked. I couldn't stop playing Mahjong after that point. But yes, it kind of went from something that I did as a joke to something I did all the time for fun. Especially when we started getting the ability to play it online in English. Like better translations for certain online clients and then other clients that are just in English themselves. I think it became a lot more accessible around about that time. But yes. Speaking of playing Mahjong for quite a long time, our player here, Henri, or is it? I'm sure it's Henri, not Henry, right?
Yeah, Henri, yes.
Henri. He's been playing Mahjong for 5 to 6, 7 years. Started playing tournaments around 2022. So almost, I guess, later than me, but like, good for them. And has played in less than 20, so they haven't been playing that long, at least at a super high competitive in-person level. If they've only played in less than 20 tournaments, so I suppose that's still quite a few, given how rare they are. Hopefully that'll be changing soon, though. They're a fan of Sanshoku, which is definitely one of my favourite Yaku. So, gotta respect someone who enjoys Sanshoku. We'll be playing a lot of closed hands, they say. Okay. They're trying to be more aggressive, though. They're trying to open the hand a little bit more. So I guess we have to pay attention to see what they end up doing. Are they the kind of person who's going to be playing really, really tight, close to the chest? We'll see. We'll see. But yes, they hope to win this to get to WRC. And have never been to Japan before. That's cool. And have played in TNT study sessions. Alright. That, honestly, I respect. I see a lot of myself in Henri. So, hopefully, that means they're really good at Mahjong. We also be having Anastasiia. We will call her Sarinunga. From Ukraine, but lives in Portugal right now. Started playing a little bit earlier than Henri in 2019 and has played in 22 tournaments so far. Favourite Yaku, 13 Orphans. Well, I do like to dream. I
think they're currently kickstarting the thing, like building up stuff in Portugal as well, because Portugal has been very dormant before that.
Ah, yeah. I do know one or two Portuguese players, but I see things. Hang on. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, I see it.
I think we're in. By the way, it took a long time, but we're here. We'll get to the rest of the bios as we go on, as hopefully our players will be.
Oh, we're already in South 2.
We're already in South 2, unfortunately. But we jump in right at a good moment here to see a Ron for Victor. Yeah, Victor seems to have had huge control this game. I will be following the dealer as time goes on, so let's go spectate them. Let's make sure we get this correct. That's the tricky part. Okay, there we go. Yeah, apologies we missed almost the entire first game, but hopefully now we've resolved this issue. It shouldn't be an issue from here on anymore. It is Ningen's dealership, and they are starting with a very interesting all simples, potentially 3 concealed triplets or something like that. I can definitely see a lot going on here. Looking around the rest of the table though, Henri already drawing that 3-man, getting them one away from Tempai with a very, very wide way and a chance of a 5-6-7 mixable sequence. Just needing to pull the 7 of pins there, and then maybe, well, I guess you have to choose the 4-7 of character weight and then draw the 4. But it's doable. It's doable. Sanshoku. We were talking about it earlier. Thank you, everyone, for being patient. Yes. And we do see a reach, not on the Sanshoku, but Riichi Pinfu, all simples. Very respectable, and will get them into a very secure second place.
Waiting on 4-7.
Yes, exactly. We see, I believe, five tiles remaining. Yes. I guess the 7 is a bit unreasonable to expect when you see its Adora indicator. But still plenty of tiles out there for them to just sumo. Looking around the rest of the table, though, is everyone else going to be folding? Or I do think we're going to see quite a lot of defensive play here from everyone else, because we don't have that much to really fight with right now. And there's the 4! With the sumo. It's very respectable. Okay, so our dealership's changed this, and we're already in all last. I'm sorry, that'd be
well, the other table is still in East 4-2.
Yeah, we'll be watching both. Well, definitely game 2 we'll be watching from the other table's perspective. So we'll try before the game finishes. We'll switch over and see how their game 1 is going.
I'm glancing over at the other table and have to say this one seems more dramatic right now.
Oh, I see.
The other table right now is just 3 people bullying one person.
Oh no, that's always sad to see in a two hand-chan event. Because a 4th is not that bad, but a big 4th is the worst. But yes, fingers crossed they can come back in game 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask about Uma. If we have normal Uma or floating Uma.
I assume it's... What is the standard WRC? I'm assuming... I don't think it's going to be rising or lower or anything like that.
Then that's normal.
But yes.
I haven't heard of floating Uma until like a few weeks ago when somebody asked like, "Hey, can you do that magic for me?"
I see. Floating, I actually really like floating Uma. It changes the game a lot. And it gives you like little side targets to go for. So in events that I've run, I do run floating, but I know it's not liked by everyone. This is Tempai for Ningen. They aren't going to take it though because it is waiting on the 2 of characters only. Although I think it's interesting that Ningen didn't take the Tempai. Maybe not necessarily to reach, but just to even have the option of sumo. Just to confirm that place.
They want more points.
I agree, and I would want to get at least Penfu to then reach, but I would have taken the Tempai, just in case I did draw the 2 of characters. Because you might not be getting a huge win there, but at least you have the chance of just... Being Tempai for the Tempai payment is very important in all last, when you are less than 1,000 points from your opponent. But also, if you just get the opportunity to sumo, even though it's not ideal, it could be a little bit... Although you will see an interesting situation for them to develop here. There might be a chance of them discarding the 9 if they do draw the 4. I don't think they're going to deal in though. We do have a person Tempai, and they've chosen to Dharma, which is very interesting because it's 7 pairs. And yeah, from first place, there is no reason to get too aggressive here. They are about to deal in on this 6 if they are willing to push this Tempai. They change their weight instead. Very smart, very disciplined. Do not want to deal in to the player who is made 3 calls for all simples by playing an untested 6. Unfortunately. Once again, they're challenged. Victor does break the Tempai. Because they realise that they're drawing unsafe tiles, and...
They have safe tiles, and they don't need to deal in. They are currently first by... That's... 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, this reach is very good. For them, at least. Because they want to see the dealer fold. They want to see the dealer just accept second place. So I would be all in on defense right now. But it looks like our dealer here is not going to give up just yet.
4 for 7, and that is 7. Oh, head bump. That's gonna get head bumped. For 7 characters.
It would have, had Henri not managed to win first. Which does mean this game's not going to be over.
It's not going to be over until the dealer rotates.
Exactly. I think that's fair. I actually really like that as a rule set. Just because it means that everyone gets two dealerships. The good part of the dealerships, the bad part of the dealerships. It's all the same, right? If the person in first has to keep going when they win, the person in last has to keep going when they win. It's just fair. I like that rule set. I will defend that one. But Henri here, potentially on for a huge win. And also, the benefit is, of course, if you can get a bigger win, this is a two-hand Chan format, so just winning one game might not be enough. Henri here with the door acceptance. And probably all simples. Probably going to be seeing the 8-9 get cut quite early on. But we'll see. We'll see. We do have a door from Victor. Actually, who was everyone cheering for, guys? I did see at the very start of the stream everyone cheering for a certain their own favourite player, but I'm really curious to see if we have any fans in chat. But yes, Victor here. Could be building a 2-3-4 Sanshoku, but more than likely just going for all simples. They don't need huge amounts of value, although they would like to at least cash in that Dora to have two-hand, which is more than enough to overtake and get first place. The Tanyao only would not be. Even with the one Hombo, I don't think.
Away from Tempe.
Yeah, looking around the rest of the table. Ningen. I actually think... So here's a question. If you're in Ningen's position, would you be willing to open this hand? Because your competitor is less than 2,000 points behind you. So you don't have much of a sort of cushion, as it were, with your third place. But the gap between you and second is quite large, right? We are going to see this call, and maybe we'll see it switch to a flush. If they...
Yeah, they need 12k to catch up to second. The 12, yeah, it's 12k.
Yeah, the Red Dragon half flush is not enough on its own. I guess Red Dragon half flush or triplets, but that's an ask, right? Either way, though, just confirming third place so you don't go into game 2 with the fourth, I think is more than a good... Oh wait, they got Dora 2. Hang on, I take everything I said back. Sorry, I'm being dim. I'm being so dim, I'm sorry. With 2 Dora. I'm so used to commentating events where the Dora is the actual Dora, not the indicator.
We only have the indicator here, we don't have the actual Dora.
Exactly. I've got to undo what I was doing before. But they are Tenpai, waiting on the 2 characters. No tiles remain, though.
And Victor is Tenpai. No, not Tenpai.
Yeah, Victor's 1 away right now, which is absolutely fine in their situation. They've got that Dora confirmed, so they've got the value to overtake and get first place, no matter what. And that is Tenpai. Bit of an awkward wait. We have 2 people waiting on the same tile once again. That 2 of characters. If Aymeric plays the 2-man, only Ningen will get to take the win. But we do have that 6 pin. 2 of them are in the wall somewhere. Maybe Victor will take the win first.
Oh, that 5. Do we get a can? They're actually thinking about it. They did not auto press no.
I don't think they were thinking about the can. I think they were thinking about pawning. Pawn the 5, cut the 9. Then you'd be left with a 4-5 pin to then potentially have a sequence made from that. That's what I would be thinking anyway, if I were Henri. But yes, always fun when you have the opportunity to can. And maybe if you were in last place, oh, there's a 4, deals in to this. Wait, that did get switched from the 2 to the 1-4, and that is actually going to be a very significant swing. I don't think it's enough to... Oh, no, it is, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not enough to overtake.
No, it's not enough. But it's equalizing.
Absolutely. Turns a -10 into a -5, and you only need to be top 2. to get into that next round. So, absolutely.
Yeah. Do they immediately play another one, or do they wait for the other table to finish? Because the other table is at South 1-1 right now.
I think that's a really interesting question, and I don't actually know what the admins are guiding people to do. But we will be watching the other table for game 2 either way. I'm just going to quickly add the scores to the little spreadsheet I've got going. But yes, so we have Henri with a score of 22.4. We have Victor here with a score of plus 5.5. But it's not over, right? Even with last place, if you can get a first place in game 2, you can still come out second place, probably. I have been there plenty of times, so I think it's definitely doable. Anastasiia with a minus 5.4, and finally a minus 22.5 for Aymeric. Not a big deal. We will get to the next table if we can. Let's sneak ahead to that one. You said it was in the East round
South
when
2.
you last checked.
It's South 2 now? Yeah,
So if we have
it's South 2 now. It's currently Tamas in dealer, who's currently last with... Oh god. I would say like, oh no. It doesn't look... The hand doesn't look good.
Oh yes, you did say it was 3 players bullying 1. I do see it now. Oh, that's unfortunate. We were talking about, I was saying how the minus 22 is overcomable, and even this is still perfectly doable, right? But I can see it being a little bit trickier for hats here. I also do like the fact that some players managed to get their own little profile pictures in on the Ron client.
Oh.
Big fan.
well, Manuel got his picture from one of the WC events where they got added in, whereas Tamas and from the other table I forgot who it was. Those pictures were from the online team league.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I feel like I recognise that from somewhere because I was also a enjoyer of that World Riichi Online Team League. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I haven't played as much as I meant to in the last few weeks with the 3-player version of that. Just said you had a team, right? How have you been doing actually in the Rottle?
I'm not doing that well, but it was actually fun. Yeah, we have a Riichi from who's after this, Miłosz.
Yes, waiting on the 3 of bamboo.
Pension. Wait.
I think it's honestly fair to do that. It's an early reach. There's a door in the hand. You might be sometimes a little bit concerned about weights, but honestly I think it's fine in this situation, especially with the scores as close as they are in South 2. To just try and cash in on that extra value. I see what you're saying in chat. There'll be enough luck for a Yakko in South 4. Well, maybe. It could happen. Having said that though, Hats is actually still building this hand. Hats isn't giving up.
Yeah, it's coming together.
Still 2 away, but you never know, right? You never know. Exactly. It's in the oven. Maybe there will be a finished meal of a hand very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the screen share keeps bugging out on me.
It's me. I'm changing it. I'm changing it because I like seeing it too. Just make sure it's the correct thing. And we do see that 3 of Bamboo getting picked up. So Riichi Sumo Dora, which is more enough to gain a position, and maybe enough to get first place as we move on to South 3. Let's spectate the dealer. And our dealer hit. That's a very interesting start. I always look at hands like this and I always think, can I make Sanshoku? 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Could it be done? I don't think so, not this time. But it's still very, very strong to start off with. You got that, Dora. And maybe not pin through specifically, but you can always build something. I want to be looking at Hats' hand. I want to be seeing what dreams they have. They are going to be going for a half flash here to try and get some extra value. They need to try and get some points before this game ends. But we'll see. We'll see about those honor tiles. If we can pair up one or two of them, it'll be really nice. But a player who does have the honor tiles is opposite us in the West Sea right here, with a pair of the Easts and a pair of the Norths. Neither of them are their Yakuhai, but does mean a very early Riichi is possible, if you can always get some completed shapes.
Very interesting. Your screen share is like behind what I see.
Oh?
Kind of frozen.
Oh, so yes, I can tell who's behind the... Hi, Gemma. It's true, you can always make Sand Shocker. You can. Just force it to happen through sheer will of... Oh, right, that's a good point. Game 2 will be... Oh, no! Hang on, I can fix this. No. Okay. It's fine. We fixed it. Everything's good. It's because we switched back to the other table for the first round. This wasn't scheduled, but we thought we'd give it a bit of extra content based on the fact that it was tricky that we couldn't quite get there. And while I wasn't looking, Manuel here hits Tempai with Dora 2 on the 3-so weight. They play the 6 as their Riichi tile. Now, we should never assume that the Tsuji of the Dora tile is safe. Just because the 6 has been played, it does rule out 4-5 as a shape, but does not rule out that 2-4-6 shape. The 3 does come out, though! So Manuel manages to cash in these Dora 2, keep their dealership. And that puts them in first place. This hand, a lot less exciting than the last one for Manuel. But there are no bad hands, just some that require more work than others. I do like Soccer Start. But yes, the person I'm watching out for, mostly because I want to see them come back from a 5,000 point score, is Hats. They have opened with a Dora. And they've got some potential Itsu as a shape there.
It could also be outside hand. You're willing to go for go d5-6? In both cases, it's gonna be they want to keep it close.
Yes, absolutely. Especially when the scores are the way they are. I do like the way Manuel's hand's turning out, though. I know I talk about Sand Shocker a lot, but I can see 2-3-4 Sand Shocker or 3-4-5 appearing here. It's less likely now with a pair of 3-so, but you never know. Oh, that 7 of characters drawn over Hats. Could it be real? The fabled Itsu? Pure straight? It's only 2-hand, but with reach. And that Dora. I'm excited. One away for Hats. Maybe this is Hats' moment to start a comeback. Maybe we tuned it just the right time.
Don't have a lock. I don't know how if they actually won a hand before. Even if they didn't, I would just just get a hand to get.
Sometimes Mahjong feels like that. I agree.
Just for the sake of your mind.
Yes. There are some days we play Mahjong, and there are some days we survive Mahjong. But yes, that Junchan Tempai from Isdif. We have a little look at the number of tiles left. I think we see 3, which is not too bad for a Junchan shape. People should be seeing it though from a mile away, given the discards. When you see something like 6, 6, 8, 5 in the first row, and they're all in different suits, so you have to be assuming it's like an outside hand or something along those lines. With the calls, you know what it is. But Junchan Sanshoku would be very excited. It would be very exciting. It's just
not. Manuel doesn't go for Tanyo, so it's just Riichi.
I think that's fair. The
trying to force Suchi again.
Yeah, it worked last time, and the other thing to keep in mind is that all simples and the 9-pin being Dora are worth the same either way. So.
Oh, yes.
We have the East drawn by hats. Oh, fortunately, they're going to deal in.
Shanta.
Given what it is, it's such a it's not worth enough points. That's my opinion. I know it's open. If you manage to get it closed, it's an extra 2-hand. But like an open Sanshok Chanta is just it's such a fun hand, and it's only worth 2-hand if you're open to make it happen. I feel really bad for poor Tamas, but they have opened with a very interesting start here.
Manuel is currently in the lead by 3.8.
Yeah, there's something brewing in Tamas's hand. You joked about a Yakamon in South 4, but there's something brewing there. We'll have to see where the other wins go and whether actually the West's already gone. I take it back. Manuel's got it, but still.
This is that's too slow. Two people have already called twice, hoping to draw the West for theirs.
But Sokka here is Tenpai on the 3 of pins with Dora 3, so it might only be all simples, but it's very scary all simples. And it might be a bad weight, but it's a very scary bad weight. And there's always plenty of ways that this can, with a shape like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, you could always.
Yes, Senpai. Manuel's in Senpai, waiting on a Shampoo.
So once again, we have a head bump situation going on with that 3-pin. I don't think anyone's going to deal in on it, especially now. Tamas has drawn the 4. They're all in. They're going to win a hand, hopefully. Waiting on the 1 of 4 characters. The best weight of anyone here.
Ichinan.
Although it's 310. Unfortunately. Poor Tamas. But still, even though it's 310, they have still got 5 tiles left. Sorry, 4 tiles left to draw. 1, 4, and 3 are the ones of characters.
Manuel's folding. Well, with a lead of 3.8, you can.
Manuel can still get back into it. Manuel could build Toy. The 7 of pins is safe, right? So in theory, you could play. Yeah, there's a path to an extra 2-handed value, but you don't need it from first place. Especially if you can tell the other players are folding. That 1 does pass because unfortunately Tamas is 310.
And we have a full flush Ishanten from Miłosz.
Yeah.
Never mind, it's Senpai. Yeah. And
Oh, the 9 has come out, but I don't think it's coming out. I don't think it's being played. Although it is safe to the reach, so maybe Manuel deals in hit. No. Okay.
No.
Stay safe for now, at least.
It's kind of obvious full flush with 4 calls.
Yes, exactly. I guess the trap is
3 calls. Sorry.
The only trap is like if a player is more than likely going to tunnel vision on the reach, but as long as you don't do that and you pay attention to everyone on the table, yeah, you should know.
And that's so Tanya Fiora.
And with that, oh wait, no, Adila. Sokka takes the win for now, and a huge win no less. I don't know why I assumed that we were. Oh gosh, what's going on? Oh no.
So
we can fix this.
Linxuan is currently in the lead by 13.2. Oh,
not a
13.2. That's just a direct mangan away from Manuel.
Okay. Exactly so, yes. There's still definitely a chance to get the first place back. Obviously, in an ideal world, you don't necessarily need first place, you just need to be top 2. So a second place, especially if it's a good second, like a 10,000 point gap, is going to be more than good enough. We're back, it's okay, we're so back. The amount of times I misclick
I
when
see
I'm
orphans.
dealing with this client. But yes, I think at this point you
I
have
see
to.
orphans.
Though. You have to. You have to go for that, right?
Yeah.
When the scores are this bad, and even a cheap hand is still going to end poorly for you, I do respect the attempt. Having said that, only 8 does make making orphans hard. It will create a threat on the table, though. People will see it. Even now, they should be paying attention to the first 4 discards, especially seeing the score situation. The only question is to the other players is how close is Tamas? And am I willing to play any terminals or honors at this point in the game? Obviously, our dealer here doesn't have to. Our dealer here can take it easy, because it's going to be very unlikely for someone to get a hand worth overtaking them.
It
We'll see.
looks more like 7 pairs right now.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's still fine.
Worst case, 7. G-Toy Hondoto is still worth something. Yeah, for him, okay, I know. Oh.
Okay. Choosing to believe. I mean, again, yeah, 7 pairs would be very exciting. 7 pairs all honors would be very exciting as well. The other thing is we haven't seen any calls of honor tiles yet. We do see a lot of players have pairs, so the green dragons would be very hard for Tamas to draw. There is one left. I do think if it does get played for any reason.
Yes, none left.
I missed the first one. I missed the first discard. Yeah, no, you're right.
Each.
And there's a Riichi.
So yes,
Riichi on a Champon.
only one tile remains. That being the white dragon.
It has multiple. Oh yeah, I see.
Home.
And we do see Manuel play their own dragon now, after, and only after, Tamas plays the south. I think Manuel's assuming that Hats is now folding, because their hand is not quite there, so maybe that's when the south's okay to play.
Forward from Tempai, still.
Yeah, there's still a chance.
And a sidestepping there.
Actually, there isn't anymore. The greens are all gone. It's over.
Oh yeah, the green is gone, yeah.
So the question's going to be, are we going to see this last white dragon? I don't think anyone's going to be playing the white at this point. Not to a reach. Not when no one else has played a white already. But
What?
it is drawn by Manuel. Manuel's not going to play it though. Not from second place. It's just not going to happen. So I guess it's now become a question of, can our dealer here keep their dealership? They are taking a nice safe path, playing the Suji. Actually no, it was actually played by Manuel and Hat, so I take it back. But
Yeah, one thing which is a thing you have to remember when you play online is, even if you're Tempai, you can't say nothing on online because the computer does it for you. Whereas in real life, you don't have to say Tempai.
that's
And
fair.
dealership rotates. The worst case is you pay 3,000.
Yeah, exactly so. Alright, well, that is the other game in game 1. I thought it was quite exciting. I think, honestly, I do apologise to everyone about the technical issues. We did have to poke some things to get it to the games to be visible. I don't quite know what happened there. I'm actually really curious to see what actually happened. If only so that it doesn't happen again. I'm genuinely really curious about that. But a huge win for Soccer here, 36.8. That is going to put them in a very good position going into game 2. Manuel, though, with a very strong second, 30.6. We have Miłosz in a very defensive position. If they get a first hit, they're going to definitely be through in game 2 with a minus 3.2. And I feel really bad for Tamas. But I'm sure there's still a chance. There's always a chance. if you got a bad score in game 1, you can just as easily make those points back in game 2, right? So, I can swap to the scores. Here we are right now. As you can see, the scores are pretty close right now, but only the top 2 advance. There are only 2 games though, so everyone is going to have to play their heart out in game 2 to either defend their lead or take...
So it's the top 2 from each table, not the...
Yes. Yeah, it's the top 2 from each table. But yeah, you only play 2 games, so it's going to be quite interesting to see. I will be tagging out for Jen in game 2. People may have already figured that one out based on the fact that I accidentally showed the wrong thing. But hello everyone.
Hello. Wow. Drama, always drama in Mahjong.
Yes, I was not expecting that as a that starts today. It really threw me for a bit of a loop.
Yeah. So there was a problem with the actual server. It was nothing that we could do anything about. We got the dev in there to fix everything, and it resolved, luckily. So it should be good for the rest of the day and for the US finals later as well. But
okay, thank
We
goodness.
still have 3 minutes before the second game starts.
I'm sorry?
We still have 3 minutes before the second game starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we should talk about the players on the second game. But yeah, I'll leave you to it.
All right. I cannot... Oh, so, okay, I know. I mean, I've met 3 of these players, but I think Ricky, you would know them better than me. Can you introduce the players?
Oh, so we have Miłosz from Poland, who moved to Germany and founded the Hamburg Club, more or less. I don't remember much. I'm really bad with remembering things about people.
So Linxuan, I think, has moved to Spain from China. We probably should have put a Chinese flag on there as well, but I wasn't able to contact him in advance. So I think he's been living in Europe for about 5 years. Started playing Mahjong in China about 10 years ago.
I see. Yeah, then there's Tamas, who's currently living in the US, but is going back to Hungary from time to time to start Mahjong there. And
Yeah, he's actually in Japan right now playing. So he's in Japan for about 6 months and will be here through the WRC. So he's trying to get that spot for it. And yeah, Manuel, I think you know Manuel, right?
Yeah, Manuel. I think a lot of people are familiar with Manuel. Did the refereeing last WRC? Head referee, if I remember correctly?
That sounds correct.
And yeah, founder of the Cologne Club, and yeah, Mahjong is his life. Very much.
Yeah, I think that's true for many of us here in this stream right now. All right, so I'm just finishing up. We got some player bios, so we can talk about some things during the event, but we'll get to watch our first game from start to finish. It should be coming up here in probably 1 minute or so. But so have you? I see you streaming all the time, Ricky. We often raid each other and stuff. How about live commentary? Do you have a lot of experience doing that, or is this a new thing for you?
Live commentary, I haven't really done yet. I did commentary on some matches we recorded at one of the tournaments, but that was pre-recorded, and it was kind of we could just pause anytime. There was something interesting we wanted to see.
Oh,
you can't do in real time.
Yeah, that's true. So we do a lot of the real time. Online is really interesting because usually we have to like look at every hand, but with online we can actually see all the hands. So okay. I'm sorry. Can we take a quick? I need to like run for 1 second. So can you just do this for 1 second? Just talk about the hands.
Yeah.
I need 30 seconds. Thank you.
I'll try. So we have Miłosz in the dealer as dealer. What is that? That is. Ooh, that's pair of East. One. I think 3 away. See. Seeing the tiles from the side is a little bit hard to see what the state of the hands are. Linxuan has 6 blocks, if I can see. Blocks. Oh. Let's see what Tamas did is 1 box. Nothing completed. Only a...
I can pop back in if you want me to, just for a bit until Jen gets back.
Yeah. And Manuel is one of them by.
Absolutely. So is Miłosz right now.
Oh.
Miłosz. But although I will say, Double East it's pretty nice actually, honestly. But the person I'm looking at right now, even though they are really far away from Tempai, is a player with 2 Dora.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. I
Yeah,
had a slight emergency,
waiting
but
close on the
okay.
4, and it comes out.
Okay.
Quick and dirty, a certain client would say.
Okay, can you tell me how to pronounce his name correctly? It's
Miłosz. The
Miłosz,
first
okay.
L is a non-rolled R.
Okay, Miłosz. So Miłosz is our dealer. Dora, this is an interesting one of bamboos there as a Dora indicator. It took me some getting used to notice it. It's different than the normal one that is used on Ronron. But
yeah, this is the translation plugin where we can add indices, and since they were using their own pictures.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I've never used that before because I'm I can read Japanese, but all right, okay.
Yeah, I also say like I don't need it for myself. It's just for everyone spectating. Especially if they're new to Mahjong. They
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so the Dora is the 2 bamboos. Miłosz has a pair of the green dragons. Oh, and just got another 3 dot. So now there's going to be a shot at a twin sequence, the 2, 3, 4 twice. Well, it'd be interesting to see whether he's going to pawn the green dragon or not, because this hand has so much potential and so many great weights that it would be a really good good candidate for a reach. And Manuel's hand is actually looking pretty good, but some floating shapes there. Of course, the Manzu shapes look great, but needs to do something in the dots. It's interesting to keep the 9 dot over the 4 characters, because the 4 characters has a 3, 4, 4, 5 shape. We know that's the Nakabukure shape that's like really versatile and really good for potential twin sequences or even just Pinfu hands. Across the table, Tamas's hand has already pawned the red dragon, so just going for a quick win maybe to try and move the dealership along from Miłosz. And Miłosz keeps the 2 bamboo. If he draws a 6 bamboo, he might have to discard that too. It'd be more efficient to discard that too, to discard the Dora now, but it's kind of hard to get rid of. It is Suji to the tile that was just discarded on the left, but decides to keep it. That's going to put him in a difficult spot with this reach now.
Linxuan is currently one away from them by potential Sanshoku. The 7, 8, 9. Oh,
Yes, in Linxuan's hand.
and by
Yeah.
Sanshoku.
And it did Tempai with the 789 and wins with just Sanshoku only for 2,600 points. But it gets the reach stick and also the 1 continuance. So that is 3,900, which is a decent medium-sized hand. And the dealership moves to Manuel. So Manuel did just deal that in, so he's starting with fewer points, but this is a dealer turn, the opportunity to win a hand worth 1.5 times the amount as a non-dealer hands. But not really any good Yaku in this hand. He's going to have to try and go for a reach somehow. It'd be really hard to turn this into an inside hand, the Tanyao hand, especially now that the 9 bamboo has also paired up. So that's 2 terminal pairs in the hand. So probably going to have to try and go for efficiency and try and build a hand that you can reach with. Oh, thank you for telling me it's not. It doesn't sound like an L. It sounds like a W. Okay. Sometimes the extra alphabet letters are not easy for me.
Yeah, it's the I said that it's a non-rolled R. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was reading in the chat. I can read Japanese and Chinese, but yeah, not so good at European languages.
Yeah, Riichi for Miłosz. 25.
Reach.
And another reach
Linxuan.
from Tamas as well. Tamas waiting for the 6-9 bamboo. So Tamas has a Pinfu hand and possibly Tanyao if we can get the 6. That's what's
Why
this
is it freezing
delay?
on the
And also 1 Dora in the hand. Miłosz's hand is Pinfu, just Pinfu. Not even Pinfu because he's a north seat, so it's just reach at this time. Maybe Sanshoku if he can get the 5. But Tamas wins first from Manuel. And we'll take 8,000 points as a beat Pinfu and Dora and 1 more Dora. Probably an Ura Dora. This is rough time for Manuel. 2 deal-ins so far. And Tamas will take his dealer turn just after winning the hand. Manuel's hand is actually looking really good already with 3 east, triple of the east, which is the Dora. So it's the round win and the Dora. So it could be a really high scoring hand. The rest of the hand might be a little bit tough to complete. It's missing 1 block, but it's kind of an easy hand to call since he already has a Yaku. So it could be a good chance for Manuel to come back from those 2 deal-ins. How do you feel after you deal into 2 hands, like just right off the bat, east 1, east 2, deal in, and you're in this position? Does it motivate you to come back, or does it kind of bring you down?
Yeah, it motivates me to come back, but it also makes at least it makes me play more aggressive and even more prone to dealing in.
Yeah, I do tend to tilt, but I don't usually tilt until we get into the south round, but once we get in the south round, if I'm in that position, then I'm kind of just like, fine, how about you win on this one too, and this one too. Alright, Manuel will call to move the hand along, and now it's just 1 away, and can pawn the 6 bamboo or the 1 dot, and can also chi the 7 character or the 7 bamboo. Tamash's hand as dealer is actually not shaping up. Oh, that's a good draw. Okay, it wasn't shaping up that well until this draw. It still has to fill in either a side weight, the penchant weight, or a middle weight. Kanchan somewhere over there. He kept a lot of the bamboos for a possible full straight, but I don't think he'll end up getting the full straight because it would have to discard an open-ended with the 2/3 dots. But speaking of full straight, look at Linxuan's hand over there. Is it possible full straight in the dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 7, 8. If he draws the 5 or the 9, he might end up going for it.
Would
And
get them the
since
pair.
Oh,
They don't
interesting.
go for it.
Keeping the 4-dot pair. I think because you can't see any Dora on the board, and also Manuel has already. There's two. Manuel has cheat, and also Miłosz has cheat. Poland, I'm sorry. So maybe he didn't. He wanted to keep the safe south tile, and Manuel does end up getting the 8,000 points. It wasn't quite the 8th discard, like somebody said. It's a little bit later, 12th discard, I believe, or 10th discard. But that is a great comeback, and now he is back in the game. And the dealership will move to Linxuan.
Seeing it in chat, Manuel is one of the people who, if you play with him at the table and he says like, yeah, I'm gonna reach versus sumo this, it's gonna happen.
Really? I wish. How do you do that? I want to do that. That's something you can't learn, right? You're just born with it. So Linxuan is in second place at this time, but has a positive score. Has a pair of white dragons and just one Dora that's kind of sitting off to the side. Might end up pulling the white dragon as soon as it comes out just to try and continue as dealer. Even though it wouldn't be a very high scoring hand. And if he decides to do that, this 6 character would be a good pair to keep for possible pawns in the future. And that's what he does. He decides to discard the weaker 1/2 shape. And Miłosz on the right has really kind of difficult hand. He's going for Kokshi.
That's definitely, that's definitely. Kokshi is an interesting thing. I know it as treasures, 9 at 13 treasures, but I've never seen the translation anywhere.
Ah. Yeah, well, Kokushima, so it's like kind of like a war. It doesn't actually have the number 13 anywhere in it, so the 13 translation is definitely just non-Japanese, non-Chinese. And he's getting there. 1, 2, 3 away.
Manuel is 1 away from Sanshoku. Possibly.
Possible Sanshoku in the 7, 8, 9. And has a pair already, so just needs to fill in the middle 3 bamboo. And there's also a door in there, so it's a good shape. And Linxuan will Chi, the middleweight, discards the 5. Waiting for the 1/4 dot. And now Manuel, yes, is Tenpai, but can only win on the 9 dot because otherwise he doesn't have a Yaku. And the 9 dot is not. Oh, he draws it! Wow, you guys are right. That's what he does. Amazing. That will take us to the south round. Quick round. There was one continuance in the beginning, but all the hands have been super quick since then. And so Miłosz will be the dealer once again.
Yeah, this is actually just like making up for the long Hanshan, previous Hanshan.
Yeah, it was quite long. The other table had already finished before getting there.
Tamas has a very interesting situation going on there on the top of the screen.
Yeah, Tamas definitely going for a flush at the very least. It has an open-ended in the character, so I do think it will end up being a flush. I'm probably not a Yakuman hand, but the white dragon is value tile. The west wind is his seat wind. The south wind is the round wind. So we have 3 value tiles that can become triples. And 5, 6, 7, 8, really strong shape in the characters. Basically, any character tile, any Manzu from 3 to 9 is useful. And I do think he will pull in the west or the south as well. First place already. So really wants
those
to.
draws, I don't think would happen.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, it's not too many. Only 2 extra copies of each of those tiles. So you do gotta pull in while you can, especially with so much value in the hand. Guaranteed Mongon already. Guaranteed 8,000 points.
Khan. Not a Khan. New Dora is 7 bamboo, 7 dots.
Yes, the 7 bamboo is the Dora twice. And Manuel has one of them and will reach, and also has a 7 dot. And waiting for the 1-4 dot. So if Tamas gets this, draws this 1-4 dot, he will deal in. And Tamas, she's waiting for the 4-7 character. 3 of those are in Manuel's hand already, and there it is! It deals into Manuel! With 2 extra Dora that Tamas made for him. For a Haneman hand. It would have been, it would have been Mongon, I think. It would have been less. I think that the Uradora were new. Yeah, it probably would have just been Leech Pinfu. It was 1 Uradora, but it was a new Uradora from the con. And two Condoras already, so it's 3 extra. So maybe even 3,900 points if he hadn't conned. But you got a con. That's mahjong. And look at what that brought Manuel up into first place. And Tamas has dropped from first down into last place just from that one hand. Monster Haneman hand. Alright, so Manuel, and it seems like he's been rewarded for the for the winning play. He has 4 pairs in the hand, but since 3 of them are middle pairs, then he can actually make other hands as well, like sequences and stuff. Chooses not to. Looks like he's gonna try and commit probably to the pairs hand. Tamas thinking how he can get back, but he also has a whole bunch of pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs in the hand. And 1 Dora. So if he can pair up the Dora and go for an all pairs with that hand, he may be able to make up for the points he lost in the last hand. Linxuan across the board is going for a flush hand, for sure. And it looks like it might be a full flush even. Depends if this red dragon pairs up, then he might end up with a half flush, but a lot of potential for a lot of points over there. But the fastest hand so far looks like it is Miłosz's hand. Inside hand, could call. What's he gonna do with the Dora? He doesn't need it, but he keeps it. Emmanuel will probably want to keep this Dora for his pairs. Yeah, for his pairs hand. But it's Tamas who gets the pair of Dora. And now it's just 1 away for all pairs. With 2 Dora if he reaches, and Sumos, that could be a Haneman hand. And I think Miłosz is going to be kind of stuck not being able to discard that East Dora.
The other table just finished.
Okay. Well, we will start the final table. 5 minutes after this game ends. And now Miłosz discards the Dora.
As Riichi.
Yeah, reads Senpai waiting for the 3-5 dots. A 3 dot will give him the Sanshoku, the mixed sequences hand. And Manuel is now 1 away from Tenpai. Discarded the Dora with Miłosz when Miłosz discarded it. Then Manuel also discarded it. And now Tamas's Tenpai reaches with the south tiles. He's waiting for the 1 dot for that reach. All pairs, Dora hand, minimum Mongon.
That 1 dot is gonna really hard to get.
Yeah, it's all in Linxuan's hand, and I don't know what Linxuan is gonna do. The thing is that Tamas did discard the 4 dot earlier, so the 1 dot is a Tsuji. So if Linxuan gets stuck without anything to discard, it is possible that 1 dot may come out. And there are not that many dots on the board, so it's kind of hard to. Oh no!
The tempai.
You actually just take tempai, waiting for the 8 dot and also the 9. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
8 and 9 waiting on Linxuan's
There's
hand,
the 8.
which triples up in Manuel's hand, but Manuel is also tempai, and he gets rid of
Cool.
tempai and discards a safe 9 bamboo, and the 3 dot deals in from Tamas to Miłosz and for 8,000 points because it was the more expensive mixed sequences hand. The 3 dot was the one that he wanted. Wow. His points are just going back and forth, and this is Tamas's hand. This is Tamas's chance to get his points back. In South 3, just 2 more hands for these players to get tiles back. Not tiles, points back. But this hand does not look good for Tamas. This is going to be a hard hand to get lots of points back with.
Manuel has a chance to go for outside hand, but yeah, I think he's just going for efficiency here.
Yeah, I think so. Only 1,200 points
Cool.
away from first place, so probably just efficiency, speed.
Yeah, that's Nandora, possibly 2 away. Yeah.
But even going for speed, there we go. Now he's 1 away from ready. Just the south, but he's gonna have to use a 7 character, which is the Dora. So it would be a 2,000 point hand unless he changes something along the way.
Each one is also Ishaden, but headless. No, never mind. Sometimes I'm just confused, like that west from Linxuan there. Would you do the west first, or just get rid of the 6 because you are getting you wanted to pair anyway?
I think I want to keep the 6 because of the efficiency, and I'm also not unhappy waiting for the 4-7. I call it the fake open-ended, the Aryamen shape. With the Dora, I know it's a little bit harder to win with, but it's just so many more points, and you don't really know exactly if that's gonna be your pair for sure or not. I don't like the middleweight there with the dots. So now that he gets open-ended in the dots, that's when he decides to get rid of the 6 character. So I think that's also what I would want to do. Whether or not I would actually execute it as well as him, I don't know, but I do like the play. And Miłosz across the table. Not quite tempai, but she with the inside hand to try and get a faster hand. And also it's 2 Doras, so it's actually kind of a heavy hand. And in the meantime, Manuel has tempai'd with that 5 bamboo that Miłosz will deal in, but it's only 1,000 points. Like I said, unless he changed something, it would have been 2,000. He did change something. He got rid of the very difficult to win with.
He got it from first place,
8-9
so
character.
he's first now.
Yeah, that was exactly who he needed to win from with that 1,000 points to take first place. And now we're going to the last hand, and it's really between 3 players. It would be very hard for Tamas to come back, but I think it's I don't have the So players are going to have to be calculating based on the scores they had in the last game.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the scores from a previous game because this is going to be interesting. This situation was similar to this last time.
Yeah, so Tamas was in last place, so it's going to be really tough. You'll probably have to go for like a Yakuman here to try and take over. Or at least Yeah, he really needed to get a first place because only the top 2 players on each table move on. So Manuel was in a really comfortable spot already with plus 24.2. Miłosz with plus 11.4, and they're the first and second players right now as well. So not only do Tamas and Linxuan have to get more points, Linxuan actually has to make one of them negative. Probably would do better making Miłosz negative.
Manuel has the most comfortable position. He just needs to win, whereas the others have to aim, I think.
I think so. Miłosz and Manuel, they both, if they win 1,000 points, then they move on. Either one of them. Because they're ahead of the... If Miłosz was below Linxuan, then he would have to get ahead of Linxuan. But since he's already ahead of Linxuan, he can just win and end the game.
Go.
Linxuan will have to... Linxuan, but he doesn't get it. Manuel wins 1,000 points, and the 2 players moving on will be Manuel and Miłosz. Just the same as the first game. Wait, oh shoot. I was looking at the wrong... I was looking at this game results. Oops. I didn't have the results from the last game. Oh, so I told you guys a few minutes before what the score was going to be. Alright. So I totally got that wrong, but first and second place. And Linxuan, so Linxuan was actually ahead of Miłosz. That was my mistake. So it looks like Linxuan and Manuel will move on. I'm sorry, I didn't have the scores. Yeah, thank you. So Linxuan was in first place. Let's look at those scores. We have them right here. There they are. Okay. So Linxuan had first place in the first game with plus 36.8. So he was in the most comfortable position, and Manuel had plus 13.6. So first and second place took first and third place for this game. And locked in their
But you
spots.
already had the results for the first table. I already clicked it away.
Yeah, I was looking at the... They had actually posted the results for this game. I looked at the wrong ones. So, but... So Miłosz had to try and get a first place, basically. He had to get way ahead of Linxuan, or at least ahead of Manuel, and was not able to get ahead of Manuel. So, and poor Tamas had a rough day. 2 last places in a row. It's only 2 games, so there's not that much you can do. It's a lot of luck involved, but it took a lot of skill to get to this position. So all the players did an amazing job. And I think we're waiting for... Nope, the other table has also already finished. So we will be...
They started like 10 minutes. They started like 45 minutes
No, they've already
ago,
finished.
So yeah.
All right, so why don't we take a quick break? We'll tally the scores and come back to you in a few minutes. We'll get their game started, and then we will introduce our players for the finals. So can we... Yeah. Okay, are we muted?
And hello everyone. So, the top 8 round is finished. We have our qualifiers to the very final game. Same format, 2 hand chans. And this time I guess you need to go for first. You don't want to take second place anymore, do you, Jen?
Oh, you have to go for first. It's only the first place gets the WRC seat, so
Yes, exactly.
it's all or nothing. Go for broke.
It was, wasn't it? It was. We got to see some players playing from behind. I think it's always one of the fun things about a 2-hand chan format, right? Because it's never over. If you take a 4th place, you can still get second and pass through the next round. I've learned that myself in a few events. But
Yeah, you have to get ahead of the correct players. You have to like calculate very well, but
it's tough, right? And sometimes I think we saw it in both games today. It means you have to be more aggressive, you have to take more risks, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. But we saw it today. We saw everyone trying their best to make a comeback. But we do, in fact, have scores for you for the end of round 1. Here we go. And as you can see, we do have our qualifiers. The top 2 from the previous round make it through. And that is on table 1, Anastasiia and Victor. So congratulations to those. And on table 2, we see Linxuan and Manuel. So, we have our 4 finalists. I'm looking forward to see how they do in the next 2 hand chans today. But yeah, let's have a look.
yeah, I haven't been commentating on the online play that much lately because we've been doing, like the Sankei Shimbun Cup
Yes.
and the.
It feels
and the
weird
team
going
battle.
back to online play after
It's
commentating live play for so
so
long.
much faster. I always thought before that it was easier because you could see all the hands, and in some ways that's true, but the play is a lot faster, and so you got to be watching a lot more.
Exactly so, yes. It's fun though, it's fun. I missed watching online play. I need to do more commentary. I've been there's obviously a league that I run for UK and Europe-ish people, and I meant to do a lot more commentary on that this season, but I've just been so busy. But we're here to put the best of, I would say the best of Europe, but we have a pretty international roster here. Victor from Canada, Linxuan from currently living in Spain but originally from China, Manuel from Germany, and Anastasiia from Ukraine, currently living in Portugal. Yeah, who are we rooting for, guys? I want to see who you're cheering for. I just want to see cool hands, personally. That's all I want to do. I want to cheer for everyone. I want everyone to win. The people with the most interesting hands that they build is going to be the one I cheer for. But this is a tough table, right? I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Anastasiia, I believe, was... I think I met her at the previous WRC, and she had just moved to Portugal. I think that was correct. But yeah, everyone is super strong. I mean, they made it this far. They're playing in a league. It's not just like a one-off tournament where you just had some luck and got to the final table somehow. All these players are experienced and playing consistent results in order to make it in the league in this way. So
yeah,
it should be really exciting.
I really enjoyed hearing Riichi talk about what's been going on in sort of their local scene. The fact they're building a rating system, they're having lots of events monthly. I think there's another one people are talking about in chat happening in a very short amount of time. It's great. It's great to see the mahjong scene grow all over the world.
Yeah, they have an app as well. You can get the app and follow the results of the tournaments live.
I wish I had them on.
We had that for the first time in the U.S. World Riichi League. It was happening at 3 different spots, right? So
yes.
Not even if you were there, you didn't know how everybody was performing. So you had the app, and it was updated in real time. And I kept an eye on everyone, the peoples that I wanted to advance, that I wanted to see in Tokyo, and yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, there's always people that I love seeing names I recognise, and obviously we've had some people who have been very influential in the scenes of their local communities, which is great. I know that Riichi was saying how a lot of the people in this who made it to the final were, I think the 2 German players were both sort of influential in that sort of local scene, which is great. I love seeing it. But yes, exactly. If you want to get involved with the World Riichi stuff, please do. You know, we've got a Discord that you can find in the description. If you want to see more events that we broadcast, we do the Sankei Shimbun Cup, which is coming to a close right now. We've got through the first stage of the individual playoffs last weekend, Thursday and Friday, only a few days ago. We've got the team playoffs as well at some point. It's going to be great. And, of course, once we get past the playoffs, we're going to see those finals. But yeah, we've been doing lots of events, so, you know, please do follow the channel.
Yeah, just in less than 2 weeks, we'll have the individual finals, so make sure you like and subscribe. You can become a member. We don't have any benefits for members yet, except for the feeling that you know you're supporting us, because we're all like volunteering right now to make these streams great. So
apparently, you also get a really cool green
support.
name. I'm seeing that.
It should be starting. Is the game starting?
The second the game starts, I do have it open. I'm ready to hit the button, and here we go. Right in to Game 1 of the final. Good luck, everybody. I'm cheering for all of you. I want to see cool stuff.
So the dealer is Ningen Anastasiia. She said she wanted to be called Saru Ningen, which means monkey person.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever works. That seems pretty cool to me.
Asashi is Linxuan, who had a massive win in the first game and a very small third place in the second game to secure his spot. I think the players are not correct on the
Did I?
overlay.
Oh no, hang on. Yes.
I think we need
good
to
point.
put in Manuel and Linxuan.
Yes.
And Manuel across the table has a really promising hand. But two like really difficult weights. The 8-9 shape waiting for the 7 door indicator, and also the middle 3 dot. Kind of difficult weights to fill in, but you may be able to change it somewhere in the characters and use the two 3-3-4-4 shapes separate from the 5, or we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, Victor is Tempai waiting for the red dragon. Just the green dragon as a Yaku and no Dora. But seeing as there's no red dragons out, maybe he thinks that somebody might just discard it like that. But there are 2 in Linxuan's hands, so that may not come out so easily.
Thank you for pointing out. We are now fixed. All good. And thank you so much, Pez, for supporting the WSC channel. I appreciate that. I'm sure.
Oh wow! Yes, thank you. I think we got 2 members today. It's our first time ever getting members. So Meditashi, it's exciting.
We need to think something we could do for members. Whether it's like a bonus event or like a just like a little tournament or something. I don't know. But yes,
but
we have our first
enough
reach
members. We can do. Yeah, we can do member only like streams and stuff once we have enough. So. And also, if you have ideas as a member, I want this, then tell us. You can make demands.
Indeed. So 2 players, 2 players Tempai, 1 player in Reach. Although I will say I do very much like Victor's Tempai a little bit more. It's not worth as many points, of course, but getting that nice sort of 2-sided, I guess it's a pair weight more than anything else, but I prefer the 2-5 over the 3. We'll see.
Yeah, he did have that red dragon weight and switched it to the Nobeton, the double edge weight.
Yes. I think at this point, it is a bit kind of awkward, I guess, to play a dragon to a Reach. But I guess 2 5-pin are equally suspect, if not worse, given the fact that Manuel's only discarded 1 pin tile this entire hand.
Yeah, generally, like a random middle tile is gonna be more dangerous than an honor tile.
Yes. Oh, an interesting situation here.
Yeah,
the 2 does
all
come
dangerous.
Out, everything in that pin side is Yeah,
it goes with more the edge. With 3 1 dots on the board, it's almost like an edge tile, an outside tile.
Yeah, I guess if we assume that the first discard being the 1 pin, like maybe there's an argument that they don't need the 2, because where would they discard the 1 straight away? But I still don't feel that comfortable about it. But the hand does.
Infinite draw.
But you never know. With 2 games only, this could be the 1,100 points that takes it. You never know.
That's very true. And the placing bonuses are not very um big in these rules. They're not tiny, but the points that you earn actually do make a difference. It's not when you have like big like 1030, then the points that you earn aren't actually that important. It's more important to get a good placing, but in these rules the points that you earn are also really important. So those small tempai points can make a big difference.
Arius, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's paint this chat green. Heck yeah, let's do it.
That's my favorite color, by the way, everybody.
Okay.
They're actually thinking, this is a little bit, I might get in trouble for saying this. When they were deciding the color for the World Riichi League logo, I wasn't asked my opinion, but I was told that green was a candidate, and I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't win.
I see. Well, so yes,
okay.
As Eto-san says, I was excited about this Sanshoku too for our dealer, but it hasn't happened. It is Tenpai though, with a Suji trap on the Riichi tile. We talk about this a lot. The Riichi tile, Suji aren't always safe. You get situations like 2, 3, 5, but in this case situation is completely different. The 2 still deals in, but it's a pair of 2s. But still, 2 players in Riichi, the dealer being one of them. Both ways are actually pretty rough, though. As far as I can tell, it's 2 tiles for our dealer, and I believe only 1 tile for Manuel here. So we'll see.
Yeah, White Dragon is already out, so that was an interesting reach on it. I think it was kind of... I'm not sure...
Pure sequence is exciting, but yeah, maybe it's a Dharma.
I mean,
She can
both of
still
the White
wrong.
Dragons were out already, and yeah, he already had the twin sequence Yaku.
Oh no,
So
there's
it might
definitely
have been...
The other question is, yeah, sorry. There was a chance to reach
Could have
on
waited for the
2-5.
2-5, yeah.
Yeah. We would have pilled it 3 times. But alas, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, that's what happens when you make a discard like that. Then the 3 tiles always come. And
Of course.
they most likely would not have come if he had waited for the 2-5. So
We're just going to draw 3 2s and a 5, you know. But if we'd chosen the other way, we would have drawn the 3 of characters. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is science,
Yes.
according to my American education.
Chats with
Okay.
Tenpai on the left here. I would take this. Although, actually, would I? Yeah, I would. Of course I would. Waiting on the 2 pin for the half flush.
Yeah, the green dragon is safe. Not safe, but there's one out already.
Yeah, exactly. Although, having said that, even 2 pins are a bit of a rough wait right now. Oh, but a chance to change to 3-6. Right at the very end. 3 players Tenpai. This might be one of those games which is decided by Tenpai payments. You never know. They add up. Because I really should have drawn exactly, Ricky. Exactly. So.
Yeah, so those when you decide on whether to pawn or not to make that tenpai, it's like a risk return calculation. Basically, is winning. So there's a net 2,500 points. Basically, you didn't lose the 1,500 and gained 1,000 by being tenpai.
Exactly.
So is that worth the risk of possibly dealing in with the green dragon? Is the calculation he had to make while, or she had to make while
yes.
making that decision whether to pawn or not.
And I think,
And
honestly,
it was correct.
yeah, especially, I think, when you're only playing a 2-hand sort of exhibition format like this, I do think it's good to be more aggressive. Just because I think there are... Like, if you have a really bad deal in, it's over, of course, but if you can get a really early lead, it feels really good, right? I don't know, maybe I'm being too excited.
Yeah, you're
but,
correct. Yes.
But yes, either way though, we have a all simples hand opposite here. But I'm excited about this double East. We do see East as a door indicator, so there's only 1 left, but I'm excited.
Yeah, no Dora on the board anywhere at this point. There's the first one.
And it
Right
is going to be kept.
into Saru Ningen's hands. And that was looking... Yeah, I think that's good. That wasn't gonna be an inside hand. It wasn't gonna be the inside Tanyao hand. So
Yep.
it's a good addition. There's no like real value in the hand at all. So if it pairs up, then she can work on going for a reach, and if it doesn't, then she can just kind of let the hand go probably.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to get to Tenpai and just reach waiting on the door. Depends how early it is, I suppose. But
No.
if I were
Doesn't
to,
matter how. Oh, for me, it doesn't matter how.
if it's
And
really
plus,
late,
in
if you've got like
these
2 or 3
rules-
draws left, and you're like, oh, I don't want to deal in now.
Did you mention? Did you mention that in these
Yeet.
rules, this is a new WRC rule that is taking effect this year, you can reach even if you don't have any of your own draws left. And
That's
we're
true.
starting that here, so even if you have a door away and you have no draws left, as long as there are draws left in the wall, you can reach. But the first reach is Manuel waiting for the north.
Yes.
Oh, it paired up! It paired up! She got her other Dora.
Yeah, North is live. We haven't seen any drawn by anyone right now, apart from the one that Manuel is
Boom.
holding right now. But the East does come out, which puts Sokka in Tenpai.
Yeah, so Linxuan's waiting for the 3-6 dot. Manuel's waiting for the north, and Ningen is working to try and get her Tenpai with these 2 Dora. She can't Pom because there's no Yaku there. That's not a value tile for her.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, especially when you have the 3-4-4-6 shape and that reach on the table. But you never know. Can't cheat this though, unfortunately, much as you might like to
Yeah.
fix the weakest shape in the hand. The North comes out and gets played.
Yeah, she's gonna let it go, and right after that, Linxuan deals into Manuel. Just 2,600 points, but look at that with the continuance with the reach 6 on the board. A 2,600 points hand was worth, I think it was 6,200 to him because he had also put out a reach stick.
Exactly so, yes.
So 7,200 came back. That's massive.
It's always fun when the pot has almost as many points as the hand value for your own hand. But that is huge, right? Puts them
More.
in...
It was worth more, yeah. More than the hand value.
Yeah, I suppose if you count your own reach stick, exactly, yes. 4,000 points.
Yeah. Almost triple. That is a good risk return investment there.
Exactly. And Manuel here, right? We talk about Sandshoku a lot here. I know we do. But, oh no, the 567 Sandshoku is not real. But we have added Tanyao to our hand. Probably.
Who decided that Sanchoku wasn't real?
I mean, unless it's 678, but I don't know. Maybe 678 could happen, right? But we've got a pair of 5s now. It's probably our pair.
Oh, you're just talking about this Sanchoku.
Oh.
Is it Korak that says Sanchoku isn't real? Some people are telling me that Sanchoku is not a real Yaku.
Wait, who says this? Give me names! Honestly, I chase Sandshocker too much. That's something I definitely do. But it's a good hand worth chasing. It's good, I promise. Trust.
So in this hand, when I think I'm going to want Sanchoku, I'm hoping that the
Yeet.
8 character pairs up.
Yes.
So that I can just switch the head over, yeah.
Exactly.
But now we have a reach already from Victor.
Riichi Pinfu, potentially all simples if they get the 6, and they're more likely to get the 6 than not because we see so many 9s discarded in those pins.
Manuel drew that 5 dot and he's like, I am not backing down. Discarded the 2 dot. I guess maybe he thought the 2 dot wasn't too dangerous because of the 4 dot, the 1-4 discard early in the hand.
And that's exactly what you were saying. What you were hoping for with that 5. It was that 8 of character draw. So the 567 Sanchoku could happen again. It's back on. Which is why.
I mean, I think if he draws the 6 bamboo, he might shove it.
I would, but only if I do the 6. Oh, okay. Well,
Sees and shoves it. Okay.
Tenpai.
Tanyao Sanchoku, but he's dealer and he's in first place, so yeah. The roan actually comes from Linxuan for 2,000 points with just the North and Adora.
This game has been lightning fast.
That was not how I expected the hand to turn out. Look at that.
So our new dealer opens with a
Victor the Quebecois, is that how you say it?
I don't know. But
From
yes.
Montreal, the Quebec. I guess in English I would say Quebecian. Quebec.
I guess that makes
say
sense.
French. I'm sorry. If you can pronounce French better than me, it's Quebec, and you say "quoi" at the end.
That would, yeah. Okay. But yes, Manuel is already one away from Tenpai, as very much mentions. Having said that, though, looking at Ardila's just not got much. I think this really is going to be a battle between Ningen and Manuel. I shouldn't count Sokka out, of course, given that they are once again on potentially for a 6-7-8 Sanshoku, but it's requires 2 really perfect draws there to make it happen. And I just don't think it's got the pace compared to Manuel's Ishanten. So
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
This
Manuel...
Sanshoku is much harder than Manuel's was the last stand, even.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting that Manuel cut the 4-pin early, trying to sort of mask the fact their final weight might be 2-5 by cutting the 4-pin, as in not the reach tile. It didn't get backfire, but it also didn't pay off in a sort of trying to trick the opponent's way. But the other way, Manuel is Tenpai and has reached with the 3-sided weight. In fact, actually, no, it has paid off in a huge way. 2-5-8 for Manuel's Riichi Pin Fedora 1. Doing a bit of
Linxuan will discard the white dragon, playing it safe, not exactly folding. This would be rolling the hand over Mawashi to try and probably lots of opportunities to Tenpai later. But the white dragon comes again. It only came because he discarded it.
Yeah, of course. That's how it works. We established that. When a professional martial player says that, you know it's true.
Actually, at a study session, said that and was immediately agreed with.
Incredible. It's true, though. It does feel like that. We are going to see a Pursuit Reach waiting on 2 of the tiles that Manuel's waiting on. So we have a shared weight. Once again, talking about the head bump rule.
Linxuan really wants to discard this one, but it cannot.
I know, I didn't... Sorry, it's 7 pairs. I thought it was a pair weight, but no, I'm wrong.
Yes. Discards anyway, but not with Adora.
Either way, Linxuan had 2 bad choices. I guess the other choice was completely fold, but yeah, never feels great in that situation.
Tough when you already have called, so your hand is shorter. You've already shortened your hand, first of all. Second of all, you are 1 away from Tenpai. And third of all, there's 2 reaches on the board, so you have to have at least... I mean, having just 1 safe tile to 2 reaches, usually it doesn't cut it. You're going to have 2 or 3 if you want to fold.
Yes.
So he took the option of leaving himself a chance to still possibly win.
Yeah, I do like the... I don't mind completely folding to 2 Riichis oftentimes, because one player will end up... Because they're in reach state, you don't have a choice what they discard, so you're more likely to find more safe tiles. But,
yeah. More likely to.
More likely doesn't mean guaranteed to, exactly. Either way, though, an interesting situation for Ningen here. Having 4 pairs. I don't like going for 7 pairs. I think this is definitely a hand I say is not real, even though I really like the hand. It just doesn't ever happen for me. But believing in it, keeping the white dragon, the once cut dragon, good tiles to keep if you're trying to build a 7 pairs hand. The discards don't look like 7 pairs at all, so maybe that might pay off in a certain way down the line. But with that advancement for Sokka, currently still 2 away. But... You say that, but I mean, you never know, right? Any points you win in game 1, you can always... So any points you lose in game 1, you can always win in game 2, right? But yes, we do see this reach from Victor. It's not the Sanshoku, but it's close. It's just Riichi only.
Reach only with a middle 4 away. It's very interesting. Wait.
Yes, it is. Yeah, a bit tricky.
The chasing reach. This is the worst thing to happen when you... Oh, but he drops it!
I mean, just get the 3,000 points. Why not, I suppose. But yes.
That never works for me, and then I do this, and the chasing reach comes, then I draw their deal-in tile and not my winning tile. Especially when it's a middleweight. That is amazing. Nice hand for Victor.
definitely one way of trying to. I think when you got a hand like that, I think usually it's the EV play to take the reach, even though it feels bad. I think the EV is minus for a reach like that. It's like minus 400-500 points or something like that. But if you are to just fold, depends on what upgrades you've got available, I suppose. But at the end of the day, just because on average you lose a few points, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst choice available to you. And this day it paid off. We do have an interesting call here, though, from our new dealer. They've got a pair of Easts, and they're hoping to pull the East in South too. But they also could be going for a half flush. That's what they're doing.
I was hedging the flush and got it. I don't think he was even hedging the flush. I think it was just going straight for the flush, because if you're just hedging, then you'd keep probably the 5 instead.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it was really just going for it and leaving the outside tiles more too, because they're a bit safer.
I
And
think
already
it's also
out on the board as well.
that because you're playing from behind, you have to sort of try and make the value from somewhere. So we've got the half flush, we've got the East, we've got the Dora, which could be very exciting.
Riichi.
But we have a reach first. But Dora 2! Suddenly, we have a battle on our
He's gonna have
hands.
to get rid of a pair somewhere, or the 2-4, and that's a winning tile. Is he gonna push it? No, he does not.
Not yet. I can still say it happening,
Starts
though.
with a 9.
There's definitely a world.
I mean,
You've got Dora 2, right? So you can still just try and win with Dora 2. So the 4-pin doesn't have to come out, but I think if they hit Senpai, it's going out. If they draw a 5-pin, they're fine. But I'm a little bit scared for them.
draw 5. I mean, he can still use the 4 in his hand and still have a decent scoring hand as a dealer.
Exactly, yes. So we could see
There's a
2-man,
6,
2-man here.
so what's safer? None of them are really safer.
No. I don't hate 2-man, but only because we see 2 of the 4-mans. They're still not great, but at least that almost blocks the 3-4 shape. It doesn't block the 3-4 shape, but like in a world where
I
I'm
tried
trying
that
to
with
justify pushing. Oh, there it goes.
There's no way to get away
No.
from that anymore.
Yeah, no.
It's just worth too many points and too many. I mean, the thing is, when you get the 4-7 like that, you do think like, okay, look, I got these 2 Suji. It's the same Suji that I can't use either of them, so it must deal in. And in this case, it did.
Unfortunate. But there's still time. There's still time. It's not Jovi yet.
I mean, it was not that high of a scoring hand, so he still has 15,600 points.
Exactly.
Still 2 more hands to go.
Yeah, that one's not necessarily about the points you dealt in with, but the points you could have won. that's what I'll be thinking about.
That's true, yeah. But I mean, 2 Mongon hands and he's back in the game, so I would
Exactly
not
so.
count out Linxuan at this event at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we've seen the player who loses game 1 not make a comeback in game 2 does not necessarily mean it's going to happen a third time. Well, I'm getting excited about this potential Itsu. I wasn't thinking Itsu was real for Victor, but drawing the 1-pin and the 4-pin, just needing the 3 and 8 to make that happen, it's definitely doable. But with that 4-man draw, I think we're going to see the 1-2-pin shape get cut at some point in the future. Maybe the 9-pin first, but yes. Anything that gets you a little bit close to first place. You don't necessarily need to win it all in one hand. Speaking of Sanshoki though, Ningen right now, 1 away from building the 1-2-3 shape, just needing the 2-pin to make that happen. Could also go for a Chanta hand. If we pull something like the 9-pin, would be very exciting to see. Either way though, does require waiting on that Dora.
Yeah, you have to draw a 2 and a 1 character as well, so it's kind of rough to get there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's what we're talking about, right? That we're talking about Manuel's hand.
I was talking about Ningen's hand.
Oh, Ningen's hand, sorry.
The
Manuel's
Sanshoki
hand
1-2-3.
also looks kind of like.
Yeah, Manuel's hand
looks
could also
like
be
it
a
could
7-8-9 Sanshoki, absolutely.
It's extra blocks, and that's what threw me off because 6 blocks, but all the worst shapes that you could possibly have.
Yes. Yeah. I was talking about because if Ningen managed to get
Ningen's hand.
the 7, if she managed to pull the 9, that'd be really exciting. the 9 of pins, but
Yeah, I don't think she even needs it. Just drawing the 1 character.
that would
And
also be
getting
fine.
rid of the
Yeah,
6/8. Yeah.
Either way, that we have
a
had our
really
first.
nice Sanchoku.
We've had our first reach, which is honestly a good weight, but not necessarily a huge amount of value. Unless I'm missing something, I'm not missing anything. Just all symbols. But you know what? Reach your symbol, Sumo. There's always a chance for Uradora.
No.
But yes.
Yeah, and
looks-
also, but
I like the Dharma
Ningen,
from Ningen there.
5,200 points. Yeah, Sanchoku.
I like the Dharma just in case
Fedora.
she managed to draw the 9 pin. I know that it's value hunting. I get that, but like adding Chanta to that closed for an extra 2 hand would have been very exciting. Maybe you could reach. Would you reach that hand? It's one of those situations where it's hard to weigh the chance of drawing an upgrade with just the extra value of reaching. It's sometimes a tricky thing. But yeah, I do like the Dharma, I think, in that situation.
And you know the people I study with, they're like, oh, they get really mad at you if you didn't reach that hand, or they get mad at you if you did reach that hand, and it's not always as clear to me as it is to them for why. So
Yes.
if you have, as long as you have the reasons yourself, so I could find lots of reasons to not reach that hand.
Okay.
In this case, she doesn't need to necessarily get first place in this game. Getting a big second place is going to be worth a lot, and make the last game battle a lot easier than if she dealt in and
Yeah,
or didn't win the hand. If she didn't win the hand and she was negative, under, then it would be a lot harder. So I think locking in some points like that is a decent strategy.
I do agree, especially considering, as you were saying at the start of this match, the rank bonus is not as significant as it is in certain other rule sets. So, being the difference between first and second, it's nice, but it's not as important as just getting like points, right? It's not like someone's getting plus 35.
And also, when you go into the last stand, your goal is not necessarily to be first place going into the last stand. It's to have be within Mangan Sumo of first place going into the last stand, which she has achieved. So I think it's...
Yeah, exactly. 12,000 points, always worth being our measuring stick. Although I guess it's only 10,000 because the last dealer is Victor. But speaking of, hang on. My apologies. Speaking of Victor, actually, 1 away from Tempai with potentially 3 concealed triplets. This could be a comeback
maybe
hand for
she
Victor.
didn't... Sorry, I was wrong. She didn't achieve it because... That's why, okay.
But once
That's what I get
again,
for trusting.
Manuel manages to pull a cheap win, but from first place, that's more than enough to confirm. A very good first place. I'm going to type in those scores now. What an exciting match, though. Full of twists and turns. And it seemed like there weren't going to be many huge hands early on. But we did get to see that one big one in the middle of the game. And yeah, it's been very close until it wasn't. All according to plan.
Yeah,
I see. We have a fan. I see.
Everyone is playing very carefully and calculating. And now they're gonna have to calculate even more.
Yes.
So I wonder if it's possible to put the scores on the overlay underneath the name as well. There's like some extra room.
Could try and do that. For our last game, we'll be having Reki on for commentary as well, so I might just take a back seat for the first hand or two and set that up for you. No worries, we can do that.
Awesome. And they have started their game, so we will be covering them in 5 minutes. So we have 5 minutes to fix that, and we can take a 2-minute break to set that up and bring Reki back in. And
it was fast. I didn't finish my lunch yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was such a fast match day, wasn't it? It was lightning fast. There were so many cheap hands, but so many quick hands.
Very fast, yeah.
And normally
We can take a 2-minute break. So let's take a 2-minute break and get the screens ready, and you can take a few more bites.
I posted a graph in our Discord. That one looks wild.
Wait, what? What were you posting Discord? Sorry.
Here in the Discord we're currently in general.
Okay.
The points graph, the history graph.
Oh yes, that. Yes. final match of
Can you change the screen yet?
League. I have not, but now I suppose. Let's get right to the game, I suppose. It's not started yet, but we will be starting very, very soon. In the next 10 or so seconds. I'm excited. I hope you all are ready too. We've got this current scores, just as a little note, next to the names of each player. So you can work out at home how many points they need to get first place, or perhaps just a position, depending whether you're playing for that World Riichi Championship Tokyo 2025 slot, or just playing for pride. I want to get an end position. But here we go. Linxuan is our... Sorry. No? Yes. As our first dealer. And... I'm pretty excited, honestly. We start with Adora. We start with a lot of good proto runs, but a little bit of shout we'll have to clear away. That 6 really helps, of course. Looking around the rest of the table. Victor, once again, I do feel like Sandshoku's been sort of the theme of today. Everyone's been able to make Sandshoku, or at least have a decent chance of it. Sometimes you never see it, and sometimes you see it everywhere you go. It's very strange, but Victor, with the potential 1, 2, 3 Sandshoku, pulls the 2 of characters, which does complete that shape for them. Just need the 2 of pins and the 2 of bamboo to make that work.
I think certain things just don't happen in isolation. Like, if one person goes for sequences, everyone else is also getting sequences. And if somebody goes for pairs and triplets, it's going to happen for everyone else as well.
Yeah, there's definitely like that phenomenon. People call it like a Toitsuba, a pairs round, right? Where when one person draws a lot of pairs, everyone's drawing a lot. At least 2 or 3 of the players on the table have pairs. And you often see like 2 or 3 players tenpai for 7 pairs at the same time. It's such a weird phenomenon, but it's also, yeah, it makes sense, as you say.
I call it a Toitsuba pairs board.
Yeah,
Anastasiia is thinking about the half flush. No, it's the half flush.
Either way, though, ideally it's 1 away from tenpai. I think 2 players are 1 away from tenpai. Actually, I take that back. I thought Victor was there, but Victor's dismantled the pair of their hand because they've now got the 6 of bamboo instead. I see. Very good. I like the fact that they've kept the 1, 3, 4, just in case they manage to draw that 1 to 3 Sandshoku. They're keeping the option of getting the extra value there, but are more than happy to just have a 3-4 shape if that's what ends up having to complete last, or if they draw the 5. I like it. It's like how flexible it is. It's very good.
Yeah. On Anastasia's hand, what would you like to draw there? Or call?
Yeah, it's one of those tricky situations. I think I'd be willing to call pretty much anything, but we'll see. Yeah.
I wouldn't be very happy about pawning the 9.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I might if it gets late, but I would prefer not to. So as far as chi goes, I think I would chi the... I mean, if the 9 came out, I might chi.
Yes.
Riichi.
What is this hand?
Either way, 3-6 is
My
the
brain
weight
can't brain.
for the closed half flush with the east. Very exciting, honestly. We draw a 3 from Victor, but I don't think Victor's going to deal in here. They're still not tenpai yet. And even if they do get tenpai, I don't think their hand's that good to risk pushing.
It's obvious something happening with Manzo.
Exactly so.
That's true.
But the 2 does come out. Interesting. Victor probably sees the danger but is choosing to push ahead despite it. Interesting. And they would have drawn tenpai for the pure sequence. But something about, I guess, the 6 of bamboo, possibly something about 6 of bamboo is triggering some kind of warning sign, I suppose. So the question is, with so many 3s, all the 3s are accounted for, and I believe all the 6s are accounted for, can anyone get to tenpai without dealing in? Or will it go to exhaustive?
We do have a tenpai here in front of us, waiting for the 3-6, but it's only K10. It's just like tenpai shape with no yaku for Linxuan.
Exactly. But being tenpai turns a -1,000 to a +1,500. And we talk about this a lot, but you never know. That could be the difference between winning and losing, right?
Well, Linxuan's going to have to get a lot more points than that, but
Yeah,
he
but
definitely needs to keep the dealership, so that's very important. Very important tempi there.
yes, Linxuan basically needs a mirror at the last match, I think, to really get through. But it has. We've seen it before. I've seen it before. Linxuan could be first. Manuel could be last.
It's a 62.4 difference, so if he can put Manuel in last place, that would make up for 30 points of that difference with just the Uma.
Yes.
And then he'll need another 32.4 points ahead. Like over whatever Manuel has to get first place. So basically he just wants to be dealer forever.
Yes.
That's the strategy here.
And this is a very good hand to make it happen. One away already, but keeping the 3 of characters just in case we draw the 4 the Dora. But no, didn't happen. Tempai though for Pinfu with Reach. Good way to keep this going. Looking at the tiles though, there's 4 tiles remaining. 1, 2, and 3 5s. Riichi Patsusumo Pinfu.
Oh, are you a little behind? Oh, that's fine.
Sorry if I'm a little bit behind.
Wow.
I don't know if that's. Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
But as Jen's saying, it's exactly this, right? You need to just keep winning. Lots and lots of hands on the bounce. When you are in a situation like this, you just have to try and make something happen. And at the very least, it's going to be incredible to watch. So this hand is not quite as exciting. Victor opening with a pair of East. I think that's going to get they're going to get a chance to call that very soon. We do have Ningen with the potential half flush, but they're going to keep the 3-5 shape in pins just in case. This hand could be a very normal hand if we draw the 4 pin quite early. Or we could cut the 3-5 straight away. Okay, alright. I like it. It's brave, but at the same time, maybe
Anastasiia has is just having Manuel inside and just wants to catch up. It's a how much point difference right now? 31, 22 something.
Yeah, so the gap between Anastasiia and Manuel is, I can actually work it out for a second. The power of spreadsheets. 21.6. So yeah, I think 2 positions will do it, but also just if you can get a good score, that also works. But that's going to be hard to do when we do have this reach. As I say, the East does deal in, and Ningen does have that East. Obviously, if she draws the pair, she's not going to worry about that, but I do see... Oh, no! Second Patsusumo in a row! What is going on today? It's always the final. It's always the final, right?
So, yeah, so apparently we're in Riichi Patsusumo land now.
Yeah. And actually that puts Manuel in the last place position and Linxuan in the first place position, which is what Linxuan needs to come back. If that had ended with the score a second ago, then it would have only been a 25-point difference with the Uma. So this is actually this is much better for Linxuan.
Yes.
Although he was going to have to probably make Victor negative as well, I think.
Yeah, Victor currently is sitting at -9, right? So a second probably won't do it. But if Victor can get first here, and they're not that far off it right now, at least, in this early stage of the game, Victor could easily take the trophy and the WRCC. I do like this.
Senpai and Riichi. 3-sided weight, 147.
Yeah, I was going to say I really like the flexibility of our dealer here, but I would have been a bit scared playing that 2 of Bamboo to the 4 of Bamboo Reach. It's still an early. It's one of the first 4 discards, so it's hard to sort of guarantee they have any shapes around that 4 of Bamboo, but I still would be a little bit scared about the 2. Still, now's the time to make risks, to take risks, but Manuel gets it! I would like to point out this is the first non-Impatsu sumo of the game.
Manuel didn't say I wanted Patsusumo.
Sorry,
No,
I'm going to change dealer, but...
when he says it, he does it apparently.
Nice. So, Victor might not be our dealer right now, but they do have Dora 3 and a Yakuhai triplet. And the South, which is not Yakuhai, but maybe gives them an option for Toy Toy if they want to upgrade. They are waiting on the 4 of characters already Tenpai for this free manga. Here, just have Dora 3, enjoy it. Oh, well. I would love to see it become Toy Toy as well. If they compare it to 3
I'm
or
gonna
the
guess
5.
the 7 is come out. Point. Oh, they're
From
just not
Hoost.
right.
Not from Linxuan. Not right now. But
Not anymore.
Not
It's,
anymore.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more likely it
Yeet.
switches to maybe an open-ended way.
Mm.
Although now the 5 deals in, so hopefully it doesn't turn into an
Riichi.
open-ended. And also Ningen is Reach as well, so it's 3 players Senpai right
That's a
now.
lot of red tiles over there on Linxuan's
Yeah.
hand.
Yes. I will say though, the one is the Dora, right? So you're not going to ever discard the Dora. Not in this situation.
Oh.
But yes, that 5 of characters I could see being a bit problematic down the line. Perhaps. At least if they do deal on the 5, it won't be the 8. That's not going to be a purable sequence for Manuel. Manuel's hand was almost the twice purable sequence hand. The hand we never see, the Jan Peiko, would have been very exciting.
つも
But
Oh,
it
that's
didn't get to win.
Tsumo.
Yeah, not on the Dora because we saw where most of those were, but still a huge win for our dealer.
Yeah, Ningen, Tsumo's, and basically all she needs to do to win is to get like 12 points ahead of Manuel. That's it.
Yeah,
And
basically.
she'll-
Yeah.
Take first place. Because if she's 10 points ahead, then she'll definitely have 10 from the Uma, and it's only like a 21.6 point difference.
21.6.
So she's 12 points ahead of Manuel in any situation. As long as Linxuan doesn't have a massive first place, then she can win.
It is always nice when the goal is simple, right? Like that. Because sometimes it can get
Yeah, it
really
sounds
complicated.
simple.
When you're in
No.
3rd place going into a game 2, it can get really complicated sometimes.
Yeah, but even when it sounds simple, its execution is not simple.
True.
本
But yeah, I'm going to see some
I also
calls here,
think
which I think is fine.
it's it's interesting that neither Manuel or Linxuan play online, so this is not within their comfort zone. I believe they said they only play live mahjong, and it can be really hard to get used to the timing and everything on online games if you don't play often.
Yes, I do agree with that. Even just switching client, if you're used to playing one client only and you switch to a different one, it does
Oh,
it
yeah.
can just throw you off your game a little bit. But,
I mean,
we haven't
the
seen.
call and the skip are in opposite positions, and then
Yes,
that's a disaster.
I don't think we've seen bad play from anyone here though. It's been really exciting to watch, honestly. And I hope it
Yeah,
continues.
Manuel doesn't really have a place to play at the computer. He doesn't play games at the computer, so
I see.
I'm gonna guess he's probably sitting on his sofa and staring at the TV.
Okay.
Manuel lives in the 90s.
Hey, if it's a simpler time back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than the rest of us just staring at our phones all the time. So,
My phone is from the 90s. I don't have a modern phone. I do think we were talking about pairs rounds earlier. Yeah, the Toitsu badge was, as you say, it's definitely become all Tenpai for 7 pairs for Manuel, but also Victor building a 7 pairs hand here. Just no sequences are allowed today. I guess the 3-3-4-4-5-5 could easily be a sequence. I take that back, but in Victor's hand, it is looking very much like 7 pairs.
Each.
And there's Riichi 3-6 dots.
Linxuan is Tenpai as well. We have 2 reaches.
3
And breaking
Oh.
Ipatsu.
It not only breaks past, but
dots.
gets them the perfect draw to get to Tenpai themselves. 3 players Tenpai. And Victor's one away. Lots of different ways that hand could turn into either a pure sequence waiting on the 6-9 or perhaps 7 pairs of themselves. But the 9 comes! Ideally continues the leadership.
Ningen is putting herself in the best place possible to just take down this table.
And that Khan paid off in a big way. It gave her an extra Dora. Which, honestly, given the score situation, 1 Dora there is huge!
12 plus 15. Oh, yeah. Yeah, big head right now.
So, Ideally here, continuing her dealership. Drawing the 6, which is really, really important to fill in one of those weaker shapes. Honestly, we could just make another pin through here. Just play simple, but play solid. I'm liking it. Looking around the rest of the table, we do see, once again, Manuel with a load of pairs.
Yeah, Manuel ignoring the pure straight possibility.
Yeah, it's always a warning sign to other players on the table when you see someone play a 5 and a 6. You could be thinking maybe it's a half flush at this point, but the North came out first. Now you've seen the West come out. So what is it? Toy? Something like that? There are not many options left when you see that as discards as the first
It could be a pure flush.
It could be. That's definitely true. Actually, I hadn't considered that. But, yeah, I'd be thinking... Janta? Chitoy? I don't know. There aren't many options. Chitoy is not it, though, because we see Manuel give up on the pair.
For Janta, you would give honors around, at least discard it somewhat later.
Oh, what a huge draw for Ningen, though.
Oh,
Filling
yeah.
in that 7-9 shape. Puts her 1 away from Tenpai. Still going to bad shape no matter which way we look at it, though, right now.
Looks like Junchan for Manuel here.
Junchan with a chance of a pure sequence as well, which would be really exciting. Oh, what a draw! 1 away for Manuel now. If they're willing to play the 9, which they absolutely are. It's one of those situations where for Manuel, you really want to reach this hand. You don't want to ever call it, right? Even if you get the something like the 1 pin, you don't want to call it, right? Because it's not only do you have that pure sequence for 1 extra hand, you have the extra hand for getting the outside hand closed.
Away.
Yeah, but there's too many
it's 1 away.
blocks.
That's fair, yeah.
It's 2 away because there's too many blocks. So I mean, it's 1 away from all pairs, but I know 2 away from all pairs as well. I think it says an extra block with the 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 shape.
Riichi, another Riichi. Oh god.
We do in fact have 2 players in reach. I think both building pinfield, though. Victor has the pure sequence, the 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 shape. Having said that, though, so that's 6-9 versus 5-8.
Yeah.
If we actually count, I think we see a lot of the 6-9s already gone, and a lot of them are in Ningen's own hand. So for her, it's less tiles to draw. Definitely compared to the 5-8, but you only need 1. And they do believe there is 1. No, there are no tiles left. I take it back.
None in the wall. Yeah, there's 2 in other people's hands that likely are not coming out.
Yeah. So it is
Because
all...
Manuel is pretty much, I guess not, completely folded, but basically folded.
Yeah.
With the 2, I think the 2 characters are fold. So
this hand's going to be all about whether Victor can pull the 5 or 8 of pins. I do believe there are 3 of each, and there's one of the 8s!
oh,
Riichi, Pinfu, pure of a sequence. With an Uradora too.
8,000. Oh, that's really rough. That hurts a lot.
It makes the game a lot closer going in to East 4. Almost at the end of the first round. The first game was really a lot of cheap hands, but a lot of fast hands. This one's been people making value. It's been really good to see the change of play depending on the board state and what they actually need to do. They've got their win conditions sort of filed away in the back of the mind mentally. I like it. The fact that you can change the way you play depending on what you actually need to do.
I think that's Tenpai. Or Ningen? Yes. No.
Not quite.
I was mistaken. 1 off.
Sometimes I get things like 6s and 8s mixed up. So it's something I used to do. Happens less often now, but
Now
It's kinda
she's
hard
one away
to-
from redeeming.
yes.
It's kind of hard to read it from the side.
Yeah, especially not
Which is
used to it.
something like if you do it with live, you have to be fast because it keeps switching views. This is just hard because you have to see it from the side, and you yeah, it takes a little getting used to.
By the way, Manuel's now one away from Tenpai.
Sending chose the most efficient one away shape. She can call if she feels like Manuel is going to win the hand. It's pretty much in her interest, but she decides to reach, waiting
the
for the
3-side
2-5-8. Yeah, this is way better than the weight of her last hand.
Oh, there's a 5, but it's not going to come out. No way. No way is Victor going to play this. Exactly. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one left in the wall.
My count says
One
8,
one
which
away?
means that this 3-side weight has 4
5?
tiles left.
This is a this is a shotgun weight, right? Yes, for pin 8.
Each.
I can see a pursuit
And
reach.
Manuel reaches
Yes.
right back at her. But this is a very interesting. So he's waiting for the same 8 bamboo and also the 4 dot.
Yes. It always
So
feels
there's-
bad to have that as a pair weight when you've got 3 of them in your hand.
We have 1 8 bamboo left in the wall.
1 versus 4, but you only need 1. Manuel could pull it.
That's the only one left in the wall for either of them.
Did I miscount?
つも
I think that's.
Did-
Oh no,
did-
there's
did-
a 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's about to say, did you miss one
Yeah.
of the 3 weights? Yeah. Okay. Good.
I counted. No, I don't think I counted 8, and there were 12.
Okay.
It's been a long day. I haven't been keeping up my math skills this afternoon.
That's alright. It's all good. It's too exciting. The excitement of this match.
So exciting.
We do have a first 4 situation here, though. It is very interesting, right? Because if the game was to end right now, Ningen would be the winner, right? I'm pretty sure. So,
Yes.
all Manuel needs to do is just catch up a little bit more, but it's not worked out for them. They've tried. They've definitely been in it to win
No,
it.
she was just barely
think-
behind Manuel right before that sumo.
Exactly.
She was way ahead and then went right just barely behind Manuel over in the overall count, and then that sumo pushed her way far ahead. Now she's more, like 20 points ahead.
Because when you
She
take
only needed
reaches like
10,
that,
remember?
yeah. When you take reaches like that, it's you know that the odds of you winning are quite low with that sort of shape, right? But given the situation, given what you need to do to try and take the risk, I think to not even try would be a mistake. So I definitely defend Manuel taking that reach there. Just a little bit unfortunate. Looks like Manuel's going for a half flush now, though. Trying to find some value from someone, needing to pick up something. Hoping that they draw the Dora, because that would boost his hand up quite a significant amount.
Yeah, the red dragon, there's already 2 out, so that might pair up, but it can't triple up.
Yeah, I do think it's
And I
interesting
think-
we cut the 7 of bamboo pair. It definitely does mean we're not going to be dealing on it later, but it's going to be tricky. Although that pair of the East is very, very good. Have been confirmed the half
The one
flush.
is coming together.
There are 2 souths left in the wall.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that, but yes.
Riichi 14 fu.
But taking the time there
Oh,
gave
not people, never
Linxuan a
mind.
chance to
It's
tempt
just straight.
by, waiting for the 5 dot, the full straight. And this is pretty much Linxuan.
Well, okay, that's going to get called. All right. Is there a slim chance of a miracle right here? One
The thing
south.
is, Linxuan needs that hand to win, actually. Manuel just really needs a couple of
Oh.
Mangon.
Manuel's
There's 1 south left.
if Manuel draws south, it's
Okay,
going to be the
Manuel
most
doesn't-
tragic thing in history.
Manuel
But
doesn't go.
gets Tenpai for
doesn't.
all triplets with the North.
I'm waiting for the same 5 dot. Two
If
of
someone
those
were to
left
deal in on the
wall.
5 dot, Manuel will take the win. The headbump rule, I don't like it. I feel like both players should take the win if someone plays a 5 here, but I don't make
Man,
the
this
rules.
is basically this is basically Linxuan's last chance to get something going because he really needs a massive first place above everybody if he's gonna take first place for the tournament.
Yes,
I
exactly.
expected Manuel to draw the south after discarding it.
But they made the right decision. He made the right decision.
There's someone left. Yeah, there's one left.
Even if he draws the south, he made the right decision to not deal in on the 5. He might not feel
Yeah,
like
the
that at
thing
the
is
time,
this-
but
Even if he draws this, were to draw the south and get rid of that 5, it'd only be Tenpai and not a win.
the other exciting thing is that we would have drawn a triplet of the Green Dragon had we known. Gone for all honours. Could have happened. Couldn't have happened. The 5 would have dealt in. But still, you can pretend it could have
But
happened.
he gave it up for the 5 bamboo.
I think honestly it's fair. If Manuel was to deal in one more time, it's over. But Manuel still has the last dealership, right? Manuel still has a
He's
chance.
last dealer. It's never over for him. He's the only player who it's never ever over for.
That's true. Until it is. But yes. At that point, the entire game is over. So we do keep our dealership thanks to that reach on the Itsu. We should probably talk about the fact that Ningen managed to get back into Tenpai. I don't know who mentioned that. But that is going to be huge there, giving an extra 3,000 point cushion for her. Going into South 1 repeat number 1. But it looks like our dealer here is on a roll. He might be here for a while.
And that's what he has to do, is be there for a while.
Yes, exactly.
Reminder in the chat that there's no timer on these games. So he could be dealer forever.
That's a good point. You never know. The US final might not get to happen because we're just stuck here forever. It could... Oh, what a draw, though. Another upgrade puts them 1 away from Tenpai. The 8 of dots gives them Pinfu.
There's
But
no
that's...
timer and also no busting, so
Yeah,
we may
exactly.
be the
Gee,
first.
free
We may be
six.
the first people ever to witness the Hanchan that never ends.
I think I've seen
Riichi is on
11 Homba before. I think a
11.
friend of mine cast a game that had 11 Homba at one point, which was exciting. I'd love to see that record get broken. Maybe right here, right now. Although 3-6 is looking pretty rough. But no, it comes out.
Manuel. Manuel went into this game in first place, and that is a heavy blow.
Mama was Tenpai, and I understand. You know, you've got to take the Tenpais when you get them, especially when you have that chance of first. I get it. I get it. Well, it's interesting they chose the 3 of bamboo there. I wonder if there was a better choice. I don't think the 8 of bamboo looked that much safer, to be honest. So maybe it was better to wait on the
came
4.
from the hand, so
Yeah, was it Sandshocker?
one
That
soul
would
came
explain a
twice
lot.
from the hand.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, if you're missing out on Sandshocker, then yeah, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it. But still, there is still time. A 30,000 point gap is not unrecoverable. If we can lose that many points in the East round, we can gain that many points back in the South, of course. Having said that, though,
And
Oh,
considering
dear.
he came into the game in first place, he doesn't have to make up the full 30,000 points even. He has
that's
to get within 12 points of Ningen.
yeah. I was still calling that 30,000 points, but oh no. I guess it's only 20-something thousand points, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. But either
Needs to
way,
get back to like neutral or something.
Well, within 12 points of Ningen, so like right now they have a 30-point difference.
yes.
So he has to make up 18 points.
And also make sure that only one placement behind as well, which right now is going to be tricky, but could just happen by itself if you can get that gap to close. Either way, it's a really awkward situation for our dealer, right? Having 2 pairs of 1s, you can't call really. We do see the 1-man go. We've seen a 1-so already go. Without the option to call it, because if you open this hand, what are you going to do? I'm wondering what the plan is. Like, maybe all triplets would have been a choice had we called earlier, but it's a bit late now. We'll see.
Linxuan's hand is just so hard to work with.
Yeah.
I think everybody's hand is like kind of
And
awkward. in
Ninken's
some
hand
ways.
is actually kind of amazing. We got that 3-5-7 shape, which is a bit awkward, but Dora 2, all simples, we can call and just cash in the Dora.
But now she can chi, because now she has an inside hand and also 2 Dora and possible Sanshoku. If she can
Yes.
chi the 6. Oh no, decides to take the open-ended.
I think that's fine, honestly. I think reach is probably the main goal.
Yeah, especially now that there's 4 6s in Linxuan's hand.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. You don't know that, though. There's no way to know. Could have cheated this. I would have given Tempai, but would have had to wait on the 4 of characters. Only for All Simple Star 2. I don't hate that, but that's because I'm probably far too aggressive and panicking in a situation like this. But I would have been very tempted to cheat the 3-4-5. Wait, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'm being dim. Ignore me.
I think
Either way,
Ningen
though.
is going to try to call anything that she can. Pulling the 5 character, pulling the 3 dot, chi the 4 character, maybe chi the 4-7 dot.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of Linxuan's hand here. I think this is an interesting call. It does give Tempai, and we're doing this just to get the Tempai payment and to keep our dealership. I think it's honestly the best thing you can do right now. Even if you don't have a Yaku, just keep your dealership going in Linxuan's position. I think that's absolutely reasonable. And you never know. I guess it's always last hard draw, right?
Oh, that's Tempai. Waiting for the 3 dot and the 4-7 dot for Ningen.
I do like those 3-sided weights, although you do end up carrying 5 of the tiles to make it happen. But I do like them. Oh, there it is!
That's a Mangan.
what a mangan.
It's pretty much over, but Linxuan, the only chance that he has left is some sort of probably Yakuman combination. 3 more hands to go.
Yes. Can we build Yakko on this hand? Not really. Though I think there's definitely a Mangan available for Linxuan here. Is it going to be enough? I guess you could always try and build 7 pairs. I was thinking about cutting the Sozu shape and trying to go for a flush with the Yakko or something like that. Maybe a flush and Toy. But that's value chasing to a degree that is questionable, perhaps.
If you're going for it and you can like mangan 3 times.
Exactly.
You can catch up, but getting mangan back to back.
Yeah, it's an ask, but at the same time, you've got to go for it, right? You can't just. I mean, you could just give up, I guess, but nah, it's no fun, right? But yeah, Ningen is incredibly in the lead right now, but again, especially with Manuel being last leader, we don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. Even Victor can come back here. Victor with this dealership. The hand's not worth a lot of points. Desfedora does have the ability to call the Red Dragon. If we see it, we yet to see anyone draw the 3rd or 4th Red Dragon. But there's definitely a world where... Oh, a decision to make for Linxuan. Do you go for the... Okay, we're hedging a little bit for now. Okay, we're going to go for Toy, half flush. I like it, honestly. It's a nice little 4-hand. Obviously, you want to go for more points if you can, but Tempai's Tempai.
Now Tempai. 7. 1-7 in Manuel's hand.
The real question is, are we going to see a Khan happen? The two pins are counted for, unfortunately. The West... No, we just see a Sumo. Okay, that works. So it is a Mangan, as I was saying, which is really good for them, but they need more points. Manuel being in last is great, but with Ningen in second, You have to do something about that issue too.
Well, they just
Yeah,
need
it's
to
a 40-point difference with Ningen. So even if he can get ahead of Ningen, there's still a 30-point difference to make up. So he's
Yeah.
gonna have to be
Yeah.
at least 30 points ahead, unless he can get Ningen down into third place. In that case, he only has to be
they
20
have-
points ahead.
Yeah, they have to aim. They have to aim now.
Exactly. Yeah, swap.
Yeah, true. The win has to be from Ningen.
A lot of players here with pairs once again. The pairs have come back to haunt us all. But I don't think anyone's going to.
In Ningen's case, it might be beneficial to just not win the hand.
I guess so. Or at the very least, not win from Linxuan, right? Like let Linxuan be in second place. That gives you a really good buffer, right?
Yeah, I think just letting. I don't know. No, it's a tough call, but somebody's gonna have to get a really big hand to take over first place from Ningen. So
I think it's one of these situations where maybe it's worth trying to get a hand you can Dharma, and then choose only to on Victor or Manuel. Maybe just Manuel, honestly, and just pass on anyone else. And it feels kind of mean, but at the same time, tactically speaking, making sure your competitor doesn't have a chance
better
to.
to win from Victor
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, that most makes
Victor
Yeah,
sense.
the question is, do people on this table actually commit to that, or do they just get any win and it's fine? Because that type of play is kind of draining to play and draining to watch.
Yes, I do. Yeah, that, exactly.
It
Although
is true, but so when we're talking about this sort of final table in Japan in professional matches, actually, once we get to the last hand, then if the hand does not win you first place, then you're really not allowed to win on just any hand in the last hand. So this is second to last hand, so anything is allowed, but you really always have to be conscious of the standings and what's going to get you first place, and you cannot aim for second. You're really not allowed to aim for second place, so that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen in the World Riichi League, but especially since there's only one WRC seat,
yes,
I think everybody's going to aim for first place here.
I think if there are different prizes for second, third, and fourth, then it would be really more acceptable. But we have 2 players Tenpai on 7 pairs. We have Manuel
3 players
Tenpai
reach.
for potentially Itsu if they can pull the 4, but 7 will also actually they have to pull the 4. But they drill in on the 2.
Itsu would have been Honitsu Itsu Yakuhei.
It would have been huge.
Would have been Damangan. Yeah.
Victor needs to get 20 points. Only has a 20-point difference, so just needs to get 10 points ahead of Ningen. Right now, 13.5 points behind Ningen, so that means the math 24 points Sambaimon.
That or a direct hit, but it's a big ask, but it's not impossible. The question is, have they like kind of worked out what they need? And do they have that written down?
So what's that, a Hanemon direct hit?
I believe so. Yeah, the 24,000 points is very good work. Yeah. Sometimes it's really hard though, especially when the score situation keeps changing like this. You have to then factor in positions and things like that.
Yep.
It's really tricky. But either way,
it just needs a win.
Manuel's fighting this hand, being last dealer, 1 away now from Tenpai.
Yep, this is Manuel's chance to try and make the Hanchan that never
I
ends.
see a red tile. Who's Template? Oh,
It
Ningen
would
is Template.
be Ningen, yes. Waiting on the 3 of characters. Just a sneaky Dharma for 7 pairs, just to end the match and get out of here in one piece. It was recently played by Victor, so maybe we might see someone be like,
now there's all the 4s are accounted for, so nobody can actually use the 3 with the 4s.
That's true. Not everyone
And
knows
there's
what
only
they...
one left.
a swap to the
Which
8.
to 8, so...
Which makes sense. 2 players have played 5, so if you are going to be thinking about people playing Suju down the line, perhaps if they're folding to a reach from Linxuan or Victor, I could see the 8 coming out, perhaps. If one player makes the tempo and reaches, but we'll see.
Some luck, Manuel might get Sanchoku upgrade.
Yeah, 618 Sanchoku is definitely doable.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. The 8s are gone.
Ah, yes. The main issue is that the Wests are paired up in 2 players' hands, right? So it's going to be hard for anyone to use them. And Manuel keeping the West as part of their intended weight is going to slow them down quite a lot, unfortunately. I guess the flip side is that, of course, if you did play the West, then you're giving it to someone else and they can use it, which makes your situation that much harder, but really got to hope for Manuel, if they want to keep this leadership going, that they find the green dragon. We don't know where the 2 are. They're hiding somewhere in the wall.
It's the green, but it's live.
It is live. But they are tempo now. And there it is! It's not going to get
the
played.
West on the Green Dragon.
Yeah, we know the Wests
So
are.
if you're in Victor's place right now, you kind of want Manuel to win, and win from Ningen.
Yes. This is where the hard tactical play comes in. It is so hard to make these decisions on the fly, but yes, a dealer repeat does benefit Victor hugely. Of course, at any moment, Ningen could just draw the North and win, but we'll see. 2 dots still remain. And I don't think we're going to see Linxuan deal in at any point, but Linxuan is dipping into the once cut honor tiles, so
that's the last green. I think Manuel's winning tiles are all gone. All swapped.
yeah, I could see Linxuan dealing in here. I don't want to say it. I don't want to call it out, but they're dipping into their honor tiles, which means we could see the green come out. We could also see the West come out as well. Probably the West first, because they've got a pair. The green, there it is. So the game continues. We dipped into the negatives.
And Linxuan is basically out of it.
Yeah, sadly.
So for 1.
Manuel dipped into negatives and they had to put
It's
that reach
so many
stick down.
points. It's so hard to have that many points and then be out of it.
Yeah.
Because Linxuan really is. If it was just this game, I mean, it'd be easy to get a first place out of that. But
Raywell says this is the last hand. Is it the last hand? It might not be. We'll see.
it's the last hand again.
Yes.
Final hand.
The last hand for realsies this time. Honest. Although, everyone's got a pretty slow start.
Read my lips no more.
I'd say everyone's got a slow
That-
start.
Maybe that's
but-
not a European thing.
Hmm.
Did you guys know about that read my lips thing? That was an old George Bush, the George Bush senior one.
I recognise the quote, but
don't.
I wouldn't be able to tell you where it's from. But I did recognise the quote.
All right, thank you. That's all I need.
It does look like Linxuan's just going to end this match. Although, a
All
Junchan
triplets, all
Honitsu.
triplets.
Yeah, a Junchan Honitsu or Terminals Honours would be quite exciting. I'm just saying, like maybe we draw the 9
No, if they go
characters.
if they go all triplets, it's not Junchan. It's
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Junchan.
no, sorry.
It's not Junchan. It's
Of course.
Honoto.
Honroto.
Honroto. That's right. That's right.
So Honroto, Hoitsu.
That would be very exciting, but probably. But we'll see. We'll
Haku.
see.
Dora-san. So you just need a few.
That's how it does
Like
help.
to con. We just need to con 3 times.
Yes.
That's
Yes. I like what you're thinking. I don't have any confidence in it actually happening, but I like what you're thinking. I like the dream.
Home.
Unfortunately, we have seen 2 calls here from Ningen, which means Ningen might be able to close this out and win.
Maybe, but she's still far away and she's playing with she's trying to backdoor into the red dragon.
I could see Linxuan playing the Red Dragon at some point, though. If they pair up something else, I could see it coming out.
There is one more, but Manuel's hand is moving right along.
That too. We might be here a little bit longer. 1 away from Tempai. I would love to see this game go on at least one more hand.
That
I want to see it
the,
get closer and closer.
That pause on the 8 so was a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh,
We see
there's
the
a red
dragon get
dragon.
pulled. But at the same
And
time,
there's Tempai.
the Khan
And
to a
there's
draw.
Tempai.
The
And
Khan
there's
reach.
Tempai. That's a Tempai. 4-7. They
4-7
were both waiting for the
versus the-
7. The head bump would go to Ningen.
This is why I hate the head bump rule. No. I'm gonna stop talking about that. But still, Manuel's weight is wider. Although by how much? We see 2 of the 4s, so
Ningen
extra 2
folded.
tiles. This would be
Extra
Tempai.
tiles.
And that's Sumo. Each
But the
sumo
sumo of 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or 1 each.
The game continues. The Khan, unfortunately, didn't. I mean, Urido never happened when you Khan, right? You always get the draw to someone else. That's just how it works. But we continue. South 4, repeat number 2.
Ricky,
Final game.
Ricky, it sounds like you're telling. I think Ricky, are you watching on the browser and not on the call?
Oh yeah, I'm watching on a browser.
You seem to be about.
Sounds like you're telling the future.
Yes.
Let me switch over to the call because
Reki is our wise sage.
time traveling is part of my lore now, so it's fine.
Makes sense.
Okay, so Ningen still is 2,300, more than 23,000 points ahead. So 23 points ahead of Manuel. So she can still close it out by just winning the sand.
But the pressure's on
a
now,
good
right?
hand. Yeah, but if he wins, a dealer Mongon, then the title is up for grabs again.
Yeah, exactly. We've all been in a situation, right, where you have a good lead going in, but somehow the dealer keeps winning. We've all had that situation. It always gets so stressful. And I've cracked under that pressure before. I don't expect Ningen to, but I've cracked under that pressure before.
Happened to me before, and was some game was at 0 points, so I didn't bust yet, and somehow survived to last dealership and just got first from there.
Oh, congrats.
Alright, this is a really efficient shape for Ningen over there, drawing the 3.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
A lot of times to get Tempai.
Yeah. It was actually Tempai. She had Tempai and chose the more efficient shape. She was waiting for the 4 bamboo, but it's a middleweight with no Yaku.
This could be a 5-8
Now
weight.
she has a choice. She goes for the 2-4-5 weight. And 2 and 5 will give her Pimfu. So she doesn't reach.
Yeah, I guess the worst case scenario would be this is from personal experience. We're cracking under pressure,
Riichi.
and we do see a reach. The worst case scenario would be taking a reach and then dealing into Manuel. I've been there. It doesn't feel good. Obviously, if you just win first, and with a nice wide weight, you see the Ipatsu.
Sumo.
Ningen
She knew
somehow
it.
knew.
She knew. She waited 1 turn to get the Ipatsu. Amazing.
And that, I'm pretty sure, confirms Ningen's position and slot in WRC Tokyo
Yeah, that'd be
2025.
39.5 points.
Just going to type in the scores now on my end, but I believe absolutely so.
Linxuan ends with minus 22.1, I think. Victor ends with minus 18.2, and Manuel ends with plus 0.8.
Very respectable. Everyone played really well. Honestly, Manuel, with the really bad luck at the start of the game, fighting back, clawing it back just a little bit at a time. Even Linxuan, like, what an amazing fight. Going out of game 1 with such an unfortunate situation. Managing to keep your nerve, to steal it, and continue to just slowly claw points back. Obviously, it was a huge ask to get it all in one go. But really well played. As far as I can tell, these are the total scores, which does mean that Ningen will be making it to...
I think... Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually call Saru Ningen-san into the call for a quick little interview.
Oh, amazing.
So just keep talking. I gotta work this out.
I'm going to join in with you guys and drop a GG. That was really fun. Honestly, what an amazing match. Like, that really early lead was incredible, and then just defending it and even just increasing it just a little bit over time. Because sometimes you can coast once you get a lead like that. You can sometimes just, just relax, and then you catch yourself slipping, and suddenly things go very wrong. But yeah, what an amazing set.
If I could recall the matches, I would just go to Manuel's Khan into Tempai and show it again. But sadly, we can't.
Yeah, unless somehow the logs are being posted somewhere, we could maybe open that up. But otherwise, yeah, what a fun match!
I think the tournament, the organizer page might have the logs.
Okay, it's definitely something that I would like to learn how to do. That's something I need to. I need to not complain, but poke the. Oh, anyway, hello, welcome.
Hey, congratulations! Amazing games.
It was crazy. Yes, thank you.
Was it stressful? It's kind of long for online games.
Yes, and last few games it was super stressful, and I made a lot of mistakes. And I was already far away, so it was kind of okay.
No, you played very well. It was there's a lot of calculations you have to do at the end. You only needed to be 12 points ahead of Manuel to get first place.
Yes.
And you kept the lead, and I think you folded at great times. It was really, really good play.
Thank you.
Lots of messages in the chat too. Congratulations once again to winning a seat to the WRC. You were there in 2022 as well, correct?
Yes.
I think I remember you had just moved to Portugal at that time. We were talking about it.
Yes, so the story was that in 2019, it was my first year on playing Mahjong, and in the end of the year, I won a tournament in London, and I won a WRC seat. But then Corona happened, and then the war began, so I moved to Portugal and attended WRC already living in Portugal.
Yeah, it was really great to meet you, and we all had bracelets on. Another one of your countrywomen made the final table, so there was a lot of support there, I think, for Ukraine and still continuing. Yep. But yeah, amazing. So are you gonna make it to Tokyo?
Yes, we'll see. I just don't have money, so I will think. Because the funny point that I was the first on our rating in Ukraine, so I had a WRC seat already, but I donated to next player. Yes, because I don't have enough money to travel to Japan. So now I received one more seat, and maybe it's a destiny. I will need to think about it.
Okay. Do you have something you can plug? Do you have a coffee or something that people can donate to, or anything that we can? I think somebody says you have a blog that you can plug.
Yeah, I started, but I just paused everything because I put all my stuff on pause. I'm just resting a bit. But thank you for the proposal.
Okay, well, if you have a blog, then if you're gonna search for Anastasia's blog, then you can check it out. I'll go find it. I really hope that we'll get to see you. I'll be here in Tokyo. I did not get any seats, but I will be at the event, so it'd be wonderful to see you again.
Amazing. Yes, of course. Thank you very much for the tournament. It was great, amazing, very stressful.
Thank you. Yeah.
The best kind. The best kind is the one that's really stressful, right?
When I click last button like Tumo, I'm started to cry. Again, I'm
Aw.
always crying. So it's
Well, congrats. That's awesome. Well, not awesome, but you know, it means a lot. It's great.
Yeah, a lot of people were cheering you on. So great job.
yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, and we will have the U.S. finals coming in about how many hours is that? 5 hours from now? Almost 5 hours.
So
a little less
soon.
than 5 hours. Yeah, it'll be 10 a.m. Pacific time. So it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm not converting it for the people in Europe. You can do that yourself.
But
In
yes.
how many hours?
But
Yeah,
either way,
there's,
though,
there's websites for that. You
there
don't
are,
really
yeah.
need to-
But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I do apologise that the actual servers of Ronron, the host of the event, were down, that we couldn't spectate the first half of the first game.
Oh yeah, man.
Genuinely
That
something
was-
beyond our control.
It was kind of a disaster, but we got it working again. Hopefully that will be not an issue when we do the U.S. games.
Neither
later.
rain nor wind will stop us from showing you Mahjong commentary today. And
Oh my God,
yes.
USPS about to get defunded. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway, but yes, do tune in for the American final. We've got a lot of amazing American commentators who are going to be casting that. If you've been watching the other WRC streams, you may recognise them all. And I hope you enjoy that.
Yeah, we'll also have a double. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I forgot to mention we'll also have a double stream. So we have 4 tables for the U.S. finals instead of just 2. Since we have 4 tables, we will be streaming table 1 for the first game and table 3 for the second game. And ARML, American Reach Mahjong League, from which we borrowed, with air quotes, the best commentators, will be doing a simultaneous stream with another table on the back end. So you can watch 2 tables at once, one on Twitch and one on YouTube. So we want to make sure you watch both of them. You can follow American Reach on Twitch, and then the other stream will be here on our YouTube, the same place.
So yes, get involved. Watch some more Mahjong, yeah. But yeah, I suppose it's time to say goodbye to everyone for now, for another 5 hours. I have been Kyle, and I was joined by the wonderful Jen and the amazing Reki.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
Yes,
thanks
thank
for having me.
you.
Is there anything either you want to plug before we go?
Well, I haven't been able to update it because I'm doing this channel too much. So follow my YouTube as well, please, Mahjong Jen.
I've been wondering how to get Ron as category on YouTube because there's only Tenho and not Ron.
I see.
Yeah, we do have it on Twitch, but not on YouTube.
But yeah.
Okay, well,
So,
thank you, everybody.
until the next one, everybody, play more Mahjong. It's important. Get involved. If you're interested in joining the Discord for WRC, join the comments. We do lots of cool events like this, and of course, we've been having the World Riichi Online Team League. It's been really fun. I've been taking part in that. But yeah, otherwise, like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, because we want to bring more events to you, and the more support we get, the more stuff we can do. And yeah, have a brilliant rest of your day, everyone. Hopefully, I'll be watching the next 5. Well, I'll be watching the next American qualifier in 5 hours. So yeah, it should be a good time. Later, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Bye.